Bret Hart, you fucking fraud. I am on to you. You hear me? I am on to you.
Oh man, that's how we start episode 50 of the Rated M podcast, man. I am excited for this episode. This is special, man. This is absolutely special. It's just a year ago, man. We came up with this idea for a podcast. Well, I don't want to say we. Cam came up with the idea for a podcast, and now we're here, bro. It's amazing to see, and it's amazing to see what the podcast has became, what it's grown into, the audience that we started to gain from it. So I just want to shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the guys for making this podcast what it is, bro. Special episode today. We're gonna talk about our top 15 favorite matches of all time individually. There will be a visual for our live audience and the people that watch it later. And of course, I will lock in and make sure that all our episodes are back up on Spotify and Apple Music right after we're done with this. Boys, how y'all feeling, man?
Feeling great, bro. I'm feeling blessed to make it this far, bro. And this is honestly thanks to you, bro. Like giving us the platform to speak our minds, bro. So much appreciation to you, dog.
But that's so bad, and I'm shocked I haven't been kicked off yet. Kicked off yet? Incredible.
It feels great that you guys welcome me with open arms, and we've had so much fun on here, and it's just been a fun time, bro. Honestly, coming
Lewis,
in here.
I think you were that missing piece, bro. That ass.
Show every damn week anyway, so you're on the show every damn week anyway. So I said, fuck it, just add him to the show.
Well, now I'm back on every week. We took a hiatus for the mental break, and then wrestling really took off for me. Like, guys, I'm wrestling matches in my school now. Not televised yet. I'm not there yet because that's different. But I've had matches in front of my coaches, in front of Kenny. So, yeah, it's been that fast. I went from learning a drop toe hold to now doing matches. So, yeah, it's been a crazy 3 weeks. So,
hey, outside of the top 15 matches, we will be talking about Halloween Havoc, and if we do have time, we will try and do hot takes. If not, we'll save it for next week maybe. But y'all want to start? We can start by talking about Halloween Havoc because I'm still kind of setting up a little bit. So
let's do it.
Havoc. It's Halloween Havoc. Takes place this Sunday from Hershey, Pennsylvania at the Giant Center. 5 matches have been announced so far. It should be 6, to be quite honest. Shawn Michaels, if you was a real one, you would take because Shawn Michaels, if you were a real one, Shawn Michaels, Braxium against Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander would be on would be on this show. I'm just saying that would be on this pay-per-view, Shawn Michaels, if you were a real
that
one.
would be fire. That would be fire.
But we got 5 matches for the show. Let's get into it.
Was Wednesday it was Tuesday the go home show?
Yeah,
For
Tuesday.
who? The fuck? 5 matches. Oh, well, a lot of them are stipulation based, so
We have Kalani Jordan defending the NXT North America Women's Championship against either Fallon Henley, JC Jane, or Jasmine Nix in winner's choice match. To be quite honest with you, if they're just doing strictly one-on-one, it should be Fallon in there. If you want the best match on pay-per-view,
yeah.
Fallon easily the best worker out of those 3, so it should be Fallon Henley on. But since this is spinner's choice, the route I think they're gonna go is they're probably gonna do a 3-on-1 handicap match for the title with titles on the line, since it is spinner's choice after all. Either that or the route that I could see them going is for Kalani Thornton. She has to wrestle a straight up match, but for the members of Fatal Influence, they can use weapons. So basically, disqualifications and everything don't count if you're Fatal Influence. But Kalani Jordan has to play by the rules. Those are probably the 2 stipulations they're going to go with there. But Kalani Jordan is retaining the NXT North America Women's Championship. I got Kalani.
As she should. I got Kalani as well.
I'd say if it's either JC Jane or Jasmine Nix, Kalani is retaining. But if it is Fallon Henley, I think Fallon Henley becomes North American champion.
I agree.
Okay, I see that. Matt Thunder, please don't put that out in there. I do not want no.
What do you say?
Oh yeah, let's have that. Hell yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I forgot Halloween's next week. Jesus Christ.
And I don't want no Halloween Havoc. I don't want no haunted house shit with Tatum Pax when Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu can get the fuck off my television. Yeah, she can get the fuck off my Hey, TNA, can y'all keep Wendy Chu? Can y'all keep her? Can y'all keep
Relax. It's just the gimmick, bro. The gimmick is just weird, bro. Relax. We just gotta get her out of the gimmick. That's all.
Now, I know Wendy Chu can work. When Wendy Chu in the ring can go. I have no question about that. It's just I have no interest in seeing his gimmick on my television.
I mean, do you want to trade Wendy Chu for Rosemary? Because I do. I'll do it.
In a heartbeat. What?
I do it.
Rosemary on my television.
Rosemary, one of the goats, bro.
Yes. I'd much rather see Rosemary.
I mean, Dre, you gotta understand, bro. Mania's Mania, and it's in Vegas, bro. I know y'all wasn't expecting to find cheap seats now, were you? Come on, man.
I gotta tell y'all, these Mania prices are gonna be
ridiculous. It's the wrestling Super Bowl.
Let me tell y'all, bro. It's crazy how tickets, like, compared to the last 2 years, because I saw a video of someone explaining, like, because they had damn near the same seats every year.
Yeah.
They showed the difference in price between like 39 and 40, bro. It's like a $300 jump. Like it's crazy. It's
crazy, we gotta understand. So
it's
WrestleMania, Vegas. Yeah, and it's attracting the rich people, bro. Like celebrities go, like political people go, like everybody goes to WrestleMania.
Right. So
it's the Super
I'm not
Bowl,
too
bro.
surprised by it. It's just insane. I wanted to go, but I'm not gonna do that to myself.
Shout out to Rosemary, by the way. Rosemary said I had a very nice hoodie. She said my hoodie was awesome. So, Rosemary.
Oh, that's lit.
All right. We have Andre Chase taking Ridge Holland in an ambulance match. I love Chase U, I do, but I think Ridge Holland is going to get the win here.
I think he needs it. I think if he wants to retain any sort of credibility after this, he needs to win this.
I think Ridge Holland is going to murder Andre Chase, unfortunately. But yeah, so I got.
Hopefully, Thea Hell doesn't cry again.
Hopefully, she doesn't.
That makes me sad. That makes
Crazy
me
work.
sad.
Crazy work. Crazy.
Thea
work.
Hell, listen. I see the vision.
You better
Holla at me. Let me know. Holla at me. Let me know.
Nigga, you better back.
She not giving for you, gang.
Don't make me drive down to the Rhode Island.
You got 4 eyes. She not going after you.
Back your ass up.
That's crazy.
You better back your ass up and make me drive down to the Rhode Island. I'm telling you that right now.
Man.
Y'all can have whoever you want as long as y'all pull up on Edward for me.
Edward though, if I see Edward though, Chris, I got you. It's gonna go down.
Let me see. Appreciate you, Edward. What is it? Wishing your mother. Oh yeah, happy birthday to moms, Michael. Happy birthday to moms.
Happy birthday,
to moms, man.
Happy birthday, homie.
They got Tony D'Angelo defending the NXT North American Championship against Oba Femi in a tables, ladders, and scares match.
Nah, Kev. You gotta say the name right. You gotta say his name right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. We got Tony D'Angelo defending the NXT North American Championship against Big Nigga Oba.
Damn, bro.
Yes, sir.
I forgot the Big Nigga Oba. I think Big Nigga Oba is going to get the championship. I
hope.
Because on NXT, there was a segment where Arjun Rizzo got attacked by we don't know who. And later in the show, we saw Oba Femi hand Nikita Lyons her jacket. I think No Knees Lyons is going to be revealed.
No Knees Lyons is crazy. Wow.
That's not what I'm laughing about.
What? Send Brett. I'm
Edward.
That's what I'm gonna do.
But
We're sending Kali.
No.
No Knees Lyons is going to make an appearance in this match here. I think she's going to be revealed as the woman that took out Arjana Rizzo. And I think Oba Femi is getting the championship back here. So I'm going with Oba.
I hope. I was mad that Tony D'Angelo beat Oba.
I was too.
He didn't need that shit.
By the way, they were building it up, but I was very mad. He won the title.
At that point, I would have just preferred Javon Evans' skinny ass. At that point, shit. If I knew y'all
They
going
can
Tony
make the
D,
size difference work, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Could have did a ladder match.
Yeah.
Bouncy. It works. It works.
Chat got me to say
What's
that
wrong
once
with you?
and never again.
Right, it works.
We have Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade
All right,
taking on.
back on camera.
He says still in development, moving like 98 now. She need to pack it up. All right, bro. Y'all better relax. Y'all need to stop, bro. Bro, you gotta let her get back in in-ring shit, cause
I agree with this. I agree. 2 knee braces. Her knees might be cooked. She's 25 with 2 knee braces. It might be over. It might be over for no knees lines. I'm just saying. For no knees KKK lines, it might be over.
yo, y'all, what? All right.
Yeah, yo, relax.
Oh my god.
They got Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, Julia and Stephanie
Oh
Vaquero.
my god.
In my opinion, this one should main event. I think this should be the main event over Trick and Page. That's just me. But I think Julia. I think this is an easy win for Julia and Stephanie Vaquero. Cora Jade taking the fall. With Cora Jade taking the fall, and
I hope she gets destroyed. I don't like Cora.
I hope it's Rox, and I hope it's Rox
Wow.
and Julia doing most of the work because Cora Jade. She's not.
Wait, guys. So you mean to tell me we're not in the generation of Jade?
No,
We never were. Never took off. Never took off. Every time it was about to take off, my knee. Every time.
Cora Jade, Nikita Lyons, Rey Mysterio. That's all the same person.
Evil.
Nikita's another one, boy. Yeah, when
Y'all
she
are
debuted,
evil.
It's
I
rated
didn't-
M, bro. That's what we do.
You right.
Listen, I feel bad that their injuries hindered their pushes, but maybe if you get injured more than once, maybe you should just ask yourself, like, is my style the problem?
I don't think Cora Jade.
Hey.
I think Cora Jade got injured that last time. I thought she was out for.
No, she didn't say she was out for her boobs.
Yeah. I thought she got out because of her enhancement.
Nikita Lyons, though, should I really be doing these kicks like that?
Nah, bro. She moved like molasses, bro. Oh my god, bro.
It's
Man,
a shame
who
because she used to be able to move really well. Now it's rough.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer she's gonna be over there, and hopefully she proves me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to see people fail. I don't like seeing people fail.
No, facts. Hell yeah.
But
I don't
Cora
like seeing people
Jade is going to eat the pin here, and it's going to be a win for Julia and Stephanie. It's going to be a win for Julia and Stephanie Vaquero.
Chris, get the
Cam,
belt.
Cam, you look
Get the
like
belt.
Quincy Elliott.
No.
Get the belt. Get the belt.
Nah. See, I got to bring back the OG for episode 50, bro. I got to bring back the OG.
Yo, chat wilded today. What the fuck?
I was taking it easy on y'all, especially for the watch-alongs, but y'all letting me down right now. Y'all letting me down.
My leg. No, y'all think this is evil? Bro.
Yeah, y'all relax. Y'all tweaking now, man.
I will say this though.
Cam, you look like Quincy Elliott.
Oh my god.
You doing bonsai drop on grown men.
Fuck. Oh, are we still talking about Halloween Havoc?
Maybe. Cam, are
Talking
we still
about Quincy
talking about
Elliott,
it?
bro.
Yeah, because I look at Cam and I just think of Quincy Elliott.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm done.
Does he not look like him?
I'm gonna log off and call it a day.
Maybe if he shaved.
We don't need to talk about the main event. We know Trick is winning, sadly. Sadly.
Yeah, I don't see Ethan
we talk
Page.
about the
How
music
are you
video
a
Ethan
rapper?
dropped?
You let Ethan Page out rap you. I don't.
That was actually catchy, bro. Ethan Page nuked this guy.
He told him,
Yo,
bro.
Y'all wilding tonight, bro.
Bro, he told him you're a shoulda, woulda, coulda from here. You're gonna fumble that title like your football career. I was like, wow. I couldn't
chat wilding.
let him speak to me like this.
Yeah. I would. But Julia and Stephanie Vaquero, and this is one thing. I
protect Stephanie with my life.
This is something I would not have an issue with, because I do think Julia is going to be the one to beat Roxanne, but I don't think that's going to happen till Takeover.
Stand and deliver.
I agree.
So they wanted to take Julia and Stephanie out the title picture for a little bit. I would not have an issue if they wrestle for those women's tag team titles or those women's tag team paperweights. I'm just saying.
I think the move for me personally would be keep Julia chasing after Roxanne, because not gonna lie, it's not that far away to stand and deliver if you really think about it. And not gonna lie, if you have Kalani Jordan lose that North American title to Fatal Influence?
Yeah.
I almost called him Fatal Attraction, god damn it.
I do it too, bro. I do it too.
Whoever wins that title for Fatal Influence, I'll throw the belt on Stephanie. I ain't gonna lie.
I like that. I was thinking about that too. I like
name,
that,
bro.
I throw the belt on Stephanie like immediately. I ain't gonna hold you.
Is that you simping or is that?
Nah, it's real. Nah, to me, like I look at it like this, right? I looked at it in the same situation as Oba and Trick. Like we have the opportunity to make the biggest NXT women's match possible. Like how crazy would it would be if we get, I don't know, Survivor Series weekend, Royal Rumble weekend of whenever the fuck you have Julia and Stephanie main event and you put both titles on the line.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I do not hate that.
Now I'm simping and I would put Stephanie over because at that point Julia would run her course, but you know.
I don't hate. I don't hate that, but the one thing I would like to see personally, if Fatal Influence does win the North American Championship, I'm hoping Thea Hale can get around with it. I'm hoping Thea Hale can get it. She can get around with it. That's just me. Like not even trying to sympathize.
Nah, and I thought she was the favorite to win the title.
I thought she was gonna be the first one. Then they put then she lost the qualifier. Still though, I would like to see Thea Hale get around with the title for a little bit. Just to chase you some credibility or something like that. Yeah, main event: Trick Williams and Ethan Page. I will put the belt back on Ethan Page, but Trick Williams is winning here, and I will run Trick Williams and Wes Lee after that. Trick Williams and Wes Lee should have.
But Wes is gonna lose.
Yeah, I don't see Trick losing for a while. I'm not gonna hold you.
He's not losing to Stand and Deliver, and he's not losing.
Damn, you think so?
I think so. I fully believe
it's Oba at Stand and Deliver.
It's Oba and Trick. Yeah.
That's the collision course at this point.
They just stat pad and Oba. They've teased too many times, Oba and Trick, and Tony D'Angelo's just a fork in the road. But yeah, Stand and Deliver, Oba is gonna whoop that Trick. He's gonna whoop his ass.
W joke.
Honestly, Cam, I ain't gonna lie. Royal Rumble weekend, it might be Javon Evans versus fucking Oba Femi. I don't know, it might be.
Hey, I match with Cook. I'm not gonna lie.
And then give the belt to Javon, and then fucking have Oba like, fuck that title. Don't want it no more.
The accent is.
I don't want this one. I don't want this one.
I don't want this one
Cody,
no more.
come here. Cody, come here. It's time for you. Come here.
Cody.
Come
At
here.
this point, bro, yeah.
Oh,
He said,
he said, I don't want the title no more. Cody, here.
Oh, look,
Come here.
Come here now.
Come here immediately.
Oh, look, we need to call.
You better relax before Oba Femi said, Joe Hendry, here. No. Here.
Now.
Oh, look,
Don't run. Come here.
This Trick disrespect needs to chill. Man, fuck Trick. How about that?
Why? No, genuinely, why? Why?
What do you mean why?
Why do you hate this man so much?
I just don't look at him as a guy that can carry the brand. Not NXT title material. No. I was open to him beating Ilya because there was nobody else that made sense other than Trick. I just don't believe in his ability. Because when you're a main event level guy, we have to be picky. Like, I need you to be really good in the ring. I need you to be really good on the mic. I need you to be a really good storyteller. Like, at that point, you're the elite of the elite. And when I look at Trick right now, he's not, even in NXT, I don't view him as the elite of the elite. He's extremely popular, and it's carried him to this point.
I think it's how over he got. Because he got super over. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I think that's why they put the belt on him, to be honest.
Of course, as you should. But there's just people I think that are just better. Like, I think Tony D'Angelo is better.
So let me clarify. You mean like there's people that are world champion, you can win the title, but you're not the type of guy that can carry it. Is that what like your issue with Trick?
I mean, he already proved this right, though. He already proved this right. His first run was trash.
Those main events were bad. Like,
Ethan Page won the title, held it for like 86 days, and had better matches with the same roster and talent Trick had around him.
Yes.
He had a banger match with Dante fucking Chen. Like, come on, bro. I ain't trying to hit on this shit, bro. But yeah, no, that's my issue with
Yeah, man.
Trick. Like, I believe in him as a guy. I got no problem with him, but to carry a brand and to be the face of the brand, and usually when you're the face of the brand, they're usually portraying you as the best, and I just don't look at him as
Yeah,
the best.
I don't look at Trick, and I think best. He doesn't, especially in the ring, he doesn't give me that. Now, is he a bum? Is he a scrub? No.
No.
But
No.
I think he
He'll
has
work.
potential to grow. But I think right now he doesn't scream to me like top guy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like his
But
finisher.
I still like Trick.
I don't like his finisher.
Yeah, the trick shot.
I don't like it.
Trick shot. Then again, I don't like the AA. So
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that.
I
move.
hate that. I hate the attitude adjustment personally.
I don't like
Really?
I don't like the My Via South. That shit is trash.
No, the people's elbow is even worse to me.
That shit is trash.
Yeah, this
that's
motherfucker
what
Cam had it at too.
Cam, get the fuck out of
You're
here.
not letting that go. You're not letting that go.
If Trick were to have a 5 moves of doom, it would be different. No.
It ended a 434-day title reign.
Bro, I don't want to hear none of that.
It has one.
Yo, yeah, get the sign for episode 50.
Can you
get the
give him a
sign.
laugh? Can you give him a laugh?
I'll give
for
them
that?
both.
That too.
I'll give them both.
You're a fucking
Let's do
idiot,
it.
Cam.
400.
How many? Am I
Are we still caping for that shitty ass decision over
434.
10 years later?
434. Add that many. 434.
Cam, it's been 11 years. Why are you still caping for that decision, bro?
The people's elbow. He
Oh
hit
my god. Nobody care about the civilian
the
form,
elbow.
bro.
He hit the back and then dropped it.
Come on, man. Cam said if 400 more texts to Mama Wayne, y'all need to stop.
Crazy work. Crazy
Need
work.
to stop.
Crazy work. Crazy work.
What I do with Nick Wayne's mama is none of your business. Okay?
Hey, relax, son.
Yeah, are we done with Halloween Havoc?
Oh, Mo. Mo Lewis. Did I tell y'all? I went to WrestleCade last year. And Nick Wayne was one of the people. And Nick Wayne was one of the people there. He was one of the people signing. So I was talking to Nick Wayne.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I was talking to Nick Wayne in there. I was asking him, I was like, how could you do that to your mama, man? Blah, blah, blah. He was like, I had to do what I had to do. I was like, that's unfortunate. I was like, well, look at Nick Wayne. Tell your mama I said, hey. I swear to God. And Nick Wayne laughed.
I bet he didn't even tell his mom.
Cam don't give no fucks. Actually, I respect the fuck out of that. I can't lie. I respect the fuck out of that. Shit.
Cam
All right.
said,
Is that it for
deadass
Stand and
said-
Deliver? Oh, not Stand and Deliver. Jesus Christ. Halloween Havoc.
Yeah,
They just
unfortunately, Trick is winning, and I'm gonna cry.
Tristan, don't get me started. Chris Jericho had me fucked up last night. My whole logic.
Oh, can we quickly talk about that?
My whole logic
Sure.
went out. But maybe if I drink, maybe the more I drink, I can forget Chris Jericho's the Ring of Honor World Champion. It did not work, but I was hoping.
Why in 2024? And I'm trying so hard not to be that guy that just trashes AEW for no reason.
That's
But
special.
why in 2024 is Chris Jericho a world champion?
He ended
Why?
Mark Briscoe,
Why?
and you know the Ring of Honor title used to be so prestigious because rarely anybody would hold it twice, and since AEW bought Ring of Honor, there's been 2 guys already to hold it multiple times in like 2 years, and that's Claudio and Jericho.
Damn.
If you ask me, I think Ryan Keith is beating him. I think Brian Keith is beating him.
I would have zero problem with that.
I love Brian Keith. I love Brian Keith for me, DPW champion. I hope he does that. You know, I hope he does it. But my only request to Tony Khan is this: you have Athena trapped on Ring of Honor television for no reason. Ever is exclusive to Ring of Honor television. Now that Chris Jericho is the Ring of Honor champion, can we keep him exclusive to Ring of Honor? Because I don't watch Ring of Honor.
He's just tired of seeing Jericho on TV.
He
bro.
said just move him there because I don't watch that shit.
I keep up with Ring of Honor through social media. And to be honest with you, the only thing I give a fuck about in Ring of Honor is Athena and Billy Starks. Is the Athena and
I don't
Billy
even do that.
That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
that's been the best women's story all year. I'm not gonna
That's the only
lie.
thing I give a
I
shit
don't
about.
even do that. Y'all got it.
So, yeah, I don't watch Ring of Honor. You got Athena's Ring of Honor exclusive. Make Chris Jericho Ring of Honor exclusive. Throw him on there, please. Throw him on there. And also,
What a
Fozzy.
downfall for Chris Jericho, man.
Hey, look, and also Fozzy. Fozzy, hey, y'all on tour. That's great. Can y'all book some Wednesday dates? Why Fozzy Torment is book some Wednesday dates.
He said book some Wednesday days.
Chris Jericho and Fozzy, they need to be singing every Wednesday. You just get the fuck off my
To give Jericho his credit, his last title run, his last ROH title run was really good. So I'll see where it goes.
Fair.
Oh, I will say this though about AEW because I caught up with Dynamite last night. Outside of the main angle, I just don't give a shit about it. I just do not care about it.
I've been there. Welcome to the club.
Like outside of the main angle.
That's how I am with WWE right now.
I don't give a shit about anything going on outside of the main angle. I just don't. Although I do like the way they are building Orange Cassidy up because it's obvious it's going to be Cassidy. I do like how they're building him up. Outside of that, I just don't care. No.
Chat, can I be honest with y'all? And don't shoot me, chat, because y'all a bunch of horny fucks.
Oh,
but I gotta look in the camera and say it, bro.
Oh boy.
I'm tired of Rhea versus Liv. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the story. The climax where Rhea should have won didn't happen, so we're stuck with Liv as champion. I don't want anymore. I'd much rather see slow builds with like Io Sky winning the Rumble or some shit, Lyra winning the Rumble or some shit. I'd rather see slow builds now for some of these other babyface women we got. I'm not a Rhea hater. I would just like for her to do something else. Get into another feud that's not with the title. Feel me? Because that was the thing with Becky Lynch that she was criticized on. And then she got into a Trish Stratus, and they had a banger match. So Rhea, take a break from the title, please. Raquel don't count.
No, you know what still blows my mind? That Becky Lynch is still the best women's world champion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bishop or Rhea and do Rio and Io, please.
Cook
more. Do Rio and Io.
Or why not just have?
You know what? And I was telling Chris, yes. Oh, go ahead, Louis. My bad.
Why not just have a number one contendership like triple threat that Triple H always fucking likes? Like two.
I don't know why he has a fetish for that, bro.
I don't know why, but why not just have?
I like those. I'm not gonna lie.
Why not just have two triple threat matches and then it's Rhea and Io, and then have Io upset Rhea to face Liv? It wouldn't hurt Rhea. Nothing's gonna hurt Io face. Rhea. Yeah. Nothing's gonna hurt Rhea. Nothing's gonna hurt Rhea. Rhea's Rhea.
She's bulletproof. What I was telling Chris yesterday, bro, get rid of the women's tag titles because you got Bianca and Jade who could help that Raw women's division so much more. You got them in the tag team title division, bro.
Trash.
They need to be singles people. They need to be in the bro. Fuck it. Take the belt off. Take the belts off Bianca and Jade. Put Bianca in front of Liv. Have her squash her, and that's it. Fuck it. And then run Bianca and Rhea at WrestleMania. Fuck it. Fuck it. Just do it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't care if it makes no sense to what they're doing right now. I don't care. Fuck it. Just do it. Right? I get Bianca and Jade are SmackDown stars. The brand split don't mean shit. They haven't been paying attention.
Again, I don't want to sound like a complainer.
You're right.
I don't want to sound like a complainer, but trust me, guys, I want the best for Liv too. My thing is, it's just hard for me to just consistently care about Liv and this fucking story if all you're facing is fucking Rhea. Like, I'm not complaining. All I'm saying is I just want to see fresh blood. I want to see Liv with this character that she has now face fresh blood, new people, new everything. This character, we've only seen this shit with Rhea, and the year about to be fucking over. This shit been going on for too long. Like, can I see a match with Lyra? You know what I'm saying? Can I see a match with hypothetically because she's injured, but I would have loved to see a match on Raw with like Dakota Kai. Like, can I see some new blood in there? You know what I mean?
Why are you running?
What are you running?
To be fair to them, and Io that should
shit.
I was doing fucking damage control split. But to be fair to them, once Becky Lynch left, and while Rhea Ripley was still hurt, that division was still.
Yeah, but
the Raw division's been.
Yeah, but you knew ahead of time that Becky was not going to come back right away. You knew that she was leaving, so you had that time to prep, and you failed. Now, all I'm saying with this Liv and Rhea shit is, bro, if you weren't gonna throw the belt on Rhea at Bad Blood, there's no point of continuing whatever they got right now.
No point. No point.
There's no point. All I
agree.
want is just fresh new blood. Like Liv is capable of putting on good matches. Like she had a really good match with Zelina Vega. The match was like 7 minutes, and it was a really good fucking match. Best match of Zelina Vega's fucking WWE career. But I want to see new blood. Like I love to see an EO in there. I love to see a Lyra in there. Like we're in the Triple H era where he's doing heel versus heel. Like throw fucking one of Shayna Baszler's faction people in there. Like just something. Give me some new shit. New blood.
Pure Fusion Garbage Collective. Nah.
I've said before, Shayna Baszler should be a babyface. They should have started her babyface.
Like I just want to see new blood, and I just want to see new. I just want to see new blood in the women's title scene because they're just so fixated on Rhea and Liv, and trust me, I get it. The story's still there, but like, I don't see much we can do unless their next match you're throwing the belt on Rhea.
Right. And I think I've said this before. We all love a good story, a nice long drawn story, but like Triple H has been guilty of this, bro, for dragging these stories out too long.
Some shit just don't need to drag.
Too long. Shout out to Nate. He's stubborn. He's stubborn as fuck.
That nigga know how to drag some stories.
And even then, so if your end goal is to do Rhea versus Liv at a big show, whatever, I'm all right with that. But in the meantime, give Liv something else to do. Like she has a good character going right now. This is the best she's looked character-wise. Like just have her face somebody. That's just not Rhea Ripley. I don't even care if she's main event on a Raw show. Just do it. Just do it.
Anybody else.
I'll be cool with anybody else. I promise you. Call somebody up from NXT. Like have Liv do an open challenge and bring up fucking Thea Hill or some shit and give her a
honestly, bro.
You know what I would like to see? And I don't know how realistic this is because they're probably gonna do Team Rhea against Team Liv at Survivor Series. But something I would like to see something I'd like to see since Survivor Series is gonna be in Vancouver this year. Bring Chelsea Green over to Raw and build Chelsea Green up enough where you do Chelsea Green and Liv Morgan on pay-per-view at Survivor Series.
I like that.
You do Chelsea.
I'm not mad at it.
They're gonna be in Vancouver. They're gonna be in Vancouver. Chelsea Green
would be an over-ass babyface.
People love her. People love Chelsea Green, and you do Chelsea and Liv on that show. People would get into it. But I was pitching for them to do that with Chelsea Green on SmackDown if Nia Jax is not the women's champion. Like if you put the championship on Tiffany, I was pitching for them to do Chelsea and Tiffany for the title at Survivor Series. But if they're not, because they probably are going to do Team Rhea and Team Liv. But if they don't do Team Rhea and Team Liv, bring Chelsea Green over to Raw. Let Chelsea Green. They gonna be in our hometown in Vancouver. They gonna be in our hometown. People love
bro.
Chelsea Green and Liv Morgan for the women's championship on pay-per-view.
Hold on, let me look at this fucking roster. You know, WWE on your website, you need to just show us the roster and not
Chat
just
is cooking, bro. There's a few things Chat's saying that I'm fucking with. Like Matt Thunder, for example, here. Like there's a difference between long-term storytelling and a story that's taking too long to tell, like that. Facts.
Like sometimes,
bro, Triple H gotta realize.
A lot of times, bro, you really don't have to overthink it, bro. You don't have to drag shit out the way you do. Don't overthink it. Just pull the trigger when you need to. Even if it's an audible, make an audible if the crowd's really into it.
Honestly,
that's why I still
don't
understand why it took this long for LA Knight to become U.S. champion. I
see, bro. I'm looking, bro. If we get rid of this fucking tag division, like, bro, you could like fucking Liv versus Kairi Sane feud, a Liv and Asuka feud, like. Asuka's hurt, yeah.
I've said this. I've said this during the watch alongs because chat gets to hear me yap every day. But I want to hear what you guys think. How would you guys feel about getting rid of the women's tag titles and introducing a floater mid card title for them?
I'm good with that.
The floater mid card women's championship idea, but I have two requests. First, man, this has to float. This shit cannot be Raw. You don't do two of them. That's one. The second thing.
Yeah, no, right.
Come up with a different name for them other than calling them the Women's Intercontinental or the Women's U.S. title. Come up with a different name for the title, please.
Call it the television title, gang.
Women's
Perfect.
I'm fine with that. You want to do a women's? You want to call it the Revolution Championship? Or you want to call it the Women's Evolution Championship? Something like. I'm fine with that. Just come up with a different fucking name rather than Women's IC and Women's US title.
By the way, I want to take credit for that name. I gave it to Cam to use in his universe mode.
But if you do a women's IC or a women, but if you do a women's IC or like a women's card title, since if you do it like a women's title, use that for other women on. Use that for.
Get the fuck out.
Use that for other.
Now look at his profile picture.
Matt Thunder, you're a piece of shit. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh shit, it's Uncle Cuckus.
Matt Thunder. I can.
Oh my god.
Damn, Cam.
Y'all niggas are funny.
Damn, Cam, your Uncle Cuckus.
But if you have like a mid card title, like I think I said this to Chris. Like if you have a women's title, a woman like Maxine Dupree, for example, she's not credible enough, and I don't know if she'll ever be credible enough to challenge for the women's, or if they challenge for like the women's world title. But like if you do a story of Maxine Dupree going for like her first championship in WWE, you have her. If you tell a story of Maxine chasing after the women's IC or women's US title, you mean to tell me people wouldn't get into it? People love Maxine Dupree. Like she's over. Like, people love Maxine Dupree. Like she's over. Like if you
are you saying that because you love her?
I'm not saying that.
She's gotten better. I'll say that she's gotten better.
Are you saying that because you're in love with her, Cam?
I'm not saying that.
Are you saying that, Cameron?
I'm not saying that, but I think I was just using it as an example. But like I think she's genuinely over. But like if you do that, I think people would be behind. I think people would be behind, like Maxine Dupree situation. So.
Nah, Cam's cooking, bro. All jokes aside, Cam, I agree with you.
Bro,
that's why women's world titles definitely needed.
I'm tired of women who like Cam said don't meet the the expectations needed to compete for the world championship. I'm tired of people like that just being sent to the tag division. Like what are you fighting for?
That or just not being put on TV at all.
At all. Like what do you fight? Like I've been kind of let down with Lyra's run on Raw ever since the Queen's tournament. What has she done? Lately, all she's been doing is getting involved in pure garbage collective, and that's been like easily the worst parts of the show every week.
God,
I don't understand. You have women capable of making the shows better in specific ways, and you're just not using them to their full potential. What are we doing? This is why Triple H gets shit on for the way he built the women's division.
Get shit on.
And people are legitimately calling for Sean to run the women's division on the main roster.
I say drop out.
I say give him SmackDown, bro. Because Raw's but give Sean SmackDown, bro.
Or why can't we just give Paul Heyman one show?
I don't think Heyman wants to do that shit, bro.
Fuck you.
If he legitimately got the reins, like actually this time, he would absolutely
get the whip. Make him do it. Yeah, low key. I'm not gonna lie. When they made Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff, what was it? What was their title? Executive producers of the show.
Yeah,
was that their title? I feel like they were just there as Vince's scapegoats.
That's all it was. That's all it was.
Bischoff worked a month before I think Bischoff went to one television paper. I worked a month before he got fired.
Poor guy, man. Because Eric Bischoff, man, that shit, I feel bad for both of them. Especially because right after they got hired was Hell in a Cell 2019. I was just like, well,
it's just a shame too because at around that time, Paul Heyman was advocating for wrestlers you wouldn't normally see on the main roster, like especially pushed.
Wait, Lewis, what game is that?
I'm playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Bro, I was just playing that the other day on the Wii, bro. Should go to. But
y'all know me, I have to do something.
Y'all ready to move on to the main event?
Let's do it.
But see, y'all know me, I'm too fidgety. I gotta do something else.
Nah, I feel you. I wish I had my PS2 on me. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. All right, so I did it a different way. So we're gonna jump into our top 15, the main event of the show. Our top 15 favorite matches of all time, man. And we'll start from 15 and go all the way down to 1. This is a slideshow, so let's see. Let me full screen this so I see a little better. Boom. And these, we're gonna start with 15. Y'all want me to start since I'm already talking, I guess?
All right,
Okay,
so
yeah, we'll just go in order.
Yep. So at number 15 for me, I have Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in WrestleMania 13. I wanted to make sure there was a 90s match on my list because I don't want to be that type of guy. Be like, oh, we're done with the 90s. Okay, well, fuck that. But this match right here just exemplifies just how good not only Bret Hart was, but how good Stone Cold was pre-neck injury. Like, this motherfucker, there's the storytelling, the crowd work in this match. Like, the crowd reacted exactly how they needed them to react for this match to work. The commentary was great. They were even like calling out Bret for being a fucking crybaby, which I mean, that's really not kayfabe if we're being honest. But this match is amazing. It's one of those matches that like Unc will tell you about, but it's one of those matches you watch and it's just as good as advertised. So,
And that's why they call you Unc.
I hate it here.
All right. So I got Reigns. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you done?
Yeah.
All right. I got Reigns and Lesnar WrestleMania 31 at my number 15. This was the first of many WrestleMania main events for Roman Reigns. And to me, this was easily the best match that the two had together. Now, for much of it, Roman Reigns was getting his ass kicked. He was. But once they started introducing some color, you know, the crowd started to get into it some more. And then, of course, the nail in the coffin, putting it at 15 for me was, of course, the ending with Seth Rollins and top 5 Mania moment ever. So that's my number 15, bro. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, Mania 31.
My number 15, I have my greatest multi-man tag team match in WWE history. The Hart Foundation, Bret Hart, the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart, Brian Pillman, Jim the Anvil Hart, the British Bulldog, and Owen Hart. Against Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock, Gold Dust. What a awesome that is. What a awesome that is. But to me, this match is just everything I love in pro wrestling about pro wrestling. You had a hot crowd. They're in Canada there, so the Hart Foundation extremely over his baby. So the Hart Foundation are extremely over his baby. They're in Canada. This crowd is going absolutely nuts. Everything that Steve Austin does in this match, the people boo him out the building. Steve Austin, the biggest star wrestling has probably ever seen, get booed out of the building in this. And it's just great. Great action. Great action. And of course, you have the post-match and then of course you have what happened post-match, and then of course you have the post-match with Austin and the Hart Foundation getting in, but Austin flipping off every member of the Hart Foundation, Austin getting arrested, Steve Austin getting arrested, you have him being dragged up the stage in cuffs, they have being dragged up the stage in cuffs, cussing and yelling at the Hart Foundation, cussing and yelling at every member of the Hart Foundation. You have every member of the Hart family in the ring, in the ring. To me, it's just absolutely incredible. It's everything you love about pro wrestling. The one hot crowd, hot story, Pete, every week, I think creative one of their best creative. Great match, and for me, I have to great match. This match in story, crowd, post match. So, yeah.
I'd say for my number 15, it's self-explanatory. It's Undertaker versus Triple H, WrestleMania 28, the end of an era. To me, this is one of the most perfect pro wrestling matches of all time in terms of storytelling, in terms of the in-ring storytelling, the character work, the build to this feud. It's easily, in my opinion, the greatest Hell in a Cell match of all time. And just the picture-perfect ending to arguably the greatest rivalry we've ever seen within WWE history, and the culmination of one of the greatest stories we have ever seen in the history of professional wrestling. And every time I just see the match, I get goosebumps. Like the entire match, I just get goosebumps watching it, from the entrances to the false finishes to just everything, the emotion. Like they literally put their foot into that whole match, and I think it's one of the most perfect matches we've ever seen.
That's valid, man. Off to number 14. For me, at number 14, I have John Cena versus AJ Styles at Royal Rumble 2017. To me, this is the best match of their rivalry. Personally, I know some people will say the SummerSlam match, and I understand that, but the fact that they told this good of a story without having to leave the ring was incredible. Around this time, this was like my peak fandom. Like SmackDown 2016, early 2017, I just was having a great time with wrestling, and of course, John Cena winning number 16 was the cherry on top for this, because that's a guy that inspired me as a kid. And it does get taxed a little bit because the reign was only 2 weeks, but the match itself was incredible. So
For my number 14, I have Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Gunther from Mania 39. To me, listen, if you're not a fan of, the flips and the kicks and all that shit, this match was for you, bro, because this is three men just beating the shit out of each other. And to me, bro, like, listen, Gunther he was already that guy. But after this match, he planted his flag and solidified that. And I love the story that they told with Sheamus finally trying to capture the Intercontinental title, and them telling the story about McIntyre and Sheamus being friends. Can they put their friendship to the side for the common goal? And it was perfect. It was perfect. So that's my number 14.
14. I have the WWE title match. I have the WWE Elimination Chamber Championship match from from 2017 Elimination Chamber. In my opinion, this is the best Elimination Chamber match of all time. If not, this is easily the second best outside of 2002. Outside of the first ever Elimination Chamber match. But to me, this just had everything you want in a great. But to me, this just had everything you want. Just a fantastic, just a great match here. Just a great match. The Elimination Chamber is my personal favorite match concept in all of WWE. My favorite match stipulation in WWE history. I love the Elimination Chamber, and I think this is great. I think this is great. I think this is great. I think this is a tremendous one here. I love when John Cena gets eliminated early in this match because we are guaranteed a new WWE champion. The final two, it coming down to Bray Wyatt and AJ Styles, and one of the best finishes to a chamber match I think ever, where AJ goes for the phenomenal forearm, but Bray catches him in midair and hits Sister Abigail to pin him 1-2-3 to win his first ever WWE championship. Should have been his first of many WWE titles. I don't know why the hell it took them that long to put the WWE championship on Bray Wyatt. And the fact that it lasted 6 weeks is an absolute crime. The fact that it lasted 6 weeks is an absolute crime. But I thought this match was great. I thought this was great. I think this is easily the best chamber match of all time, and the chamber is my favorite match stipulation in WWE. So it rates itself.
For me, at number 14, I put down Kenny Omega versus MJF at Collision in 2023. The reason why is because around the time when MJF was AEW World Champion, I really noticed that since AEW's inception, it has they have never crossed paths. They've never mentioned each other. They've never, went after each other, wrestled each other, or anything like that. So that was a dream match of mine. And the fact that we didn't get it, and they were in, that long of their careers in AEW, and they have not done anything with each other, it was crazy to me. So it was a dream match of mine. And how they made it bigger was Kenny was defending his record as longest reigning AEW champion, and MJF having the chip on his shoulder that he wants to be the greatest AEW superstar ever. So the build for that, even though it was short, it was great. And then the match itself, oh my God. If you want to say that's the best Collision match ever, bro, already, I ain't gonna hold you. This was one of the best matches I've seen in my life. Because these guys were wrestling. They were doing everything from grabs to technique to high flying shit to spots to hard hitting. These guys literally murdered each other. And it was so good, bro. It was so fucking good.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Everyone else's list is a little bit more diverse. It's everybody else's list got different companies. I'm simply all WWE. So that pisses you off. Cry me a river.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. It's your favorites.
Right. But you know, there's gonna be some dumbass. Number 13 for me was Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 21. I don't know what I can say about this match that hasn't been said before. To me, this is a top 3. Again, like when I put favorites, it's just what it means to me emotionally. But this to me is a top 3 WrestleMania match of all time, genuinely. The storytelling. There was this one spot where Angle grabs Shawn and he's screaming in his face. Shawn pushes him away and hits him with that super. He slips his leg under to get that super kick, bro. Man, and like this is one of those matches for me emotionally that it's one of those matches. Like my little brother, he's a casual wrestling fan, but this is a match like me and him can like just sit down and watch together anytime, and like it's a good bonding experience for me and him because he loves this match. So that's why I put it at number 13.
Number 13, I got Walter versus Dragunov from NXT TakeOver 36. This match was brutal. Going into this match, I believe Walter's NXT UK title reign, whether or not you want to put an asterisk next to it or not, I believe it was at around 800-ish days, maybe 850, something like that. And holy fuck, man, this to me, this was the best match of the pandemic era. And Dragunov to me from that point on, absolute star. He made Walter tap out, and at that time, beating him was unheard of. Just running through people. But the match itself, physical as all living shit, as you would expect in a Ilya match. But that's what I got at 13.
Oh, my bad. I figured it was on me. My bad. I'm sorry. My number 13, Sting and Darby Allin against the Young Bucks from AW Revolution 2024. While I was doing this list, I had to have a match on here that I've seen live. I had to have a match on here that I've seen live from at least one of the major companies. And for me, this is easily the greatest match I have ever seen live. The greatest match I've ever seen. Revolution is the best show I've ever been to, period. But it's the best show I've ever been to, period. But this match, to me, is the best match I've ever seen live. This match just had everything you want. This match had everything you wanted. This was Sting's retirement match. I think that show had 18,000 people in the building. That show was a legitimate sellout. They sold out to see Sting one last time. In the entrance, you had Sting. You have the entrance where Sting goes. It's showtime. I think you have Sting and his kids comes out. You have Sting and the sons come out. You have the Young Bucks. Say what you want to about the Young Bucks. Say what you want to about the Young Bucks. Say what you want to about the Young Bucks. Are they spot monkeys? Are they gymnasts on the third? Say what you want to about them. When the bell rings, they are elite. When the bell rings, the Young Bucks are going to give you a great tag team match almost every single time. You can say what you want to about them, but you cannot deny the fact that when the bell rings, the Young Bucks are absolutely elite. That's what we got here. That's what we got here. This was just a tremendous. That's what we got here. This is tremendous. This is a tremendous match. Darby Allin going through glass is absolutely fucking sickening. Darby Allin going through actual glass is absolutely fucking sickening. If Darby Allin is wrestling by the time he's 35, I will be shocked. I will be shocked. So Darby Allin going through glass is just absolutely sickening. And then you had the finish with Sting. And then you had the finish with Sting tapping out. I forgot which member of the Bucks he tapped out, but Sting tapped out one of the member of the Bucks, and Sting in his final ever match goes out a winner. So this is the best match I've ever seen live. So I had to have this on here.
My number 13 is Rey Fenix versus Kenny Omega at New Year's Smash 2021. Well, the reason why, one, I'm a huge Rey Fenix fan. He's my favorite luchador of all time. And I was really excited to see him get this opportunity. And two, this was pandemic AEW, where every wrestling promotion was struggling to put on a very good quality television match because of the pandemic, because it's so weird with no crowds and stuff. But when I tell you this is some of the best lucha based match I have ever seen in my fucking life, and it happened in AEW, it is fucking ridiculous, bro. Kenny Omega and Rey Fenix beat the absolute piss out of each other. And I really thought Fenix was gonna beat fucking Kenny that night with how good this fucking match was. Like Fenix's selling is crazy. Like Omega's wrestling was crazy. Like if we do a list of the top 10 best pandemic matches, like from if combining all companies, like New Year's Smash 2021 Omega versus Fenix has a strong case of being number one. That's how fucking amazing this match is. Like it's up there. I put it up there with AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan for the IC title on SmackDown. I put it up there with that. Like it's in really fucking great company.
Yeah, man. Very, very good match. For pandemic wrestling, even if it wasn't a pandemic match, like it's up there, bro. One of the best TV matches I've ever seen. For me at number 12, I have Triple H versus Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam 2002. SummerSlam 2002 is my personal favorite pay-per-view of all time, and this is the best match on that card, in my opinion.
Fucking Mark.
So, fuck you. But this just exemplifies everything to me, why I personally think Shawn Michaels is the best in-ring performer of all time. Like, the man retired for 4 years because of a bad back, came back and had a 5-star match night one. And he didn't miss a step. The pop that match got when Shawn Michaels did the kip up after all this time. Like, oh man, I love the finish where Triple H, being that evil motherfucker, hits him in the back with the sledgehammer to continue their feud. It's peak. It's peak. I love this match.
Number 12, I got the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks from All Out 2021. To me, this is one of the best matches AEW's ever presented us, and one of my favorite tag team matches of all time, period. We saw a lot of shit in this match. We saw Rey Fenix take flight from the top of the steel cage. No shock there. We even saw the Young Bucks. I never thought of this before. We saw the Young Bucks pull out thumbtacks under the shoe. They had a shoe with thumbtacks, and it got used against them too. But there was some sick fucks, bro. There was some sick fucks. There was a spot in the match where they introduced it, and they were about to hit Fenix with it. Penta got in the way. Penta got in the way for his brother. I love that. I love that. And he took it. Fenix took the spot anyway later in the match, but that's different. But nah, it was a fantastic match, culminating in the Lucha Bros getting the tag team titles. Just excellent, top to bottom.
I will say this. I will say this before I get into mine. The one thing I'm shocked that we didn't get in that match, and there was a very good chance I thought we were going to get it. Lewis, do you remember the TNA match from Lewis? Do you remember the TNA match? I think it's from 2004. It's America's Most Wanted against, I think, Chris Daniels and Elix Skipper. And Elix Skipper does the cage walk, and
he does the Hurricane Rana from the top of the cage.
I thought we were getting that late enough to it, but I didn't say that. My number 12, me. It's great. Body tough means easily the best match of all time. Before y'all hit that last tax on, before y'all get the last tax on me, WrestleMania 27 is my. It holds sentimental value to me, so that's why it is my favorite WrestleMania of all time. I'm aware that the show is god awful, but still though. To me, I'm taking Triple H WrestleMania 27, the best match of my favorite WrestleMania of all time. Tremendous match. It's a tremendous match. It's a tremendous match. I love the story that they told in here. Where it took literally everything out of the Undertaker to hold on to the streak. And at the end of the match, Triple H walked out just fine, but The Undertaker had to be the one structured out. In my opinion, this is the best out of the trilogy of matches at WrestleMania The Undertaker and Triple H had. The Undertaker Triple H had. In my opinion, this is just the best one. I love this match here. Tremendous match. And yeah, I love the story of it having to take literally every Undertaker. It took literally everything out of The Undertaker to beat Triple H. I just love that. So that's why I got that at number 12.
So For me, number 12, this is for the Lucha Underground heads if you watched it. Prince Puma versus Mil Muertes, Ultima Lucha 1. Um, the reason why the build of this match was fucking phenomenal. It was literally the young kid from Boyle Heights, the dominant Lucha Underground champion, Prince Puma, going up against an obstacle, a man, a force that he has never, ever encountered before in Mil Muertes. Mil Muertes, to my knowledge, has not lost pinfall or submission. He lost to Phoenix in Graver Consequences, but he was never pinned or submitted. So coming up, and mind you, Mil Muertes, with that Phoenix story, he had the casket closed on him, which caused him to be dead, and he was resurrected to life by Katrina. So he came back to life stronger than ever, more dominant than ever than he was before. So you put that version of Mil Muertes against Prince Puma, the young dominant champion who's overcame all odds, against the man who literally has came back from the dead and is stronger than ever. It's literally like a heaven and hell match, dead ass. And this match, when I tell you, bro, this is a top 10 Ricochet match, and he's had too many great matches. This is in my 10, bro. Prince Puma versus Mil Muertes of Ultima Lucha 1. It was literally your classic high flying versus brawler, and they did it so fucking well. They also told the story in ring really well. Like, nobody ever kicked out of Mil Muertes' flatliner up until Prince Puma did it. Nobody ever kicked out of Prince Puma's 630 up until Mil Muertes did it. The way how they ended the match, where Prince Puma was on the top rope and Mil Muertes did a super flatliner to end Prince Puma's reign, that was amazing. So this match, the build, and mind you, fucking Lucha Underground, it was a TV-based show about wrestling.
Yes.
So when I tell you they did a full season build of these two eventually facing off at Ultima Lucha, to my animated TV fans out there, it was like you were watching a full season of fucking Ultimate Muscle. Like, literally. Like, you see Prince Puma on one side doing his thing, Mil Muertes on the other side doing his thing, and it's literally like Goku fucking Vegeta finally fighting off. Like, that's how hyped that shit was. And amazing. It was, bro. I love this. I might watch it tonight. I ain't gonna lie.
Underground. I miss it so much. I miss Lucha Underground so much.
I miss Lucha Underground too. I'm hoping Freddie Prinze Jr. said his wrestling company is gonna take inspiration from Lucha Underground. So I hope it's good.
I'm so glad that this channel actually pushed me to go back and watch Lucha Underground, because I was doing like reactions to the best moves from that show, and man, like that match right there was,
and mind you,
justice, bro.
It was so good because Mil Muertes beat every single underdog Lucha Underground had to offer. Prince Puma beat every powerhouse, every heel Lucha Underground had to offer. Like, Prince Puma beat Hernandez. He beat Brian Cage when Brian Cage is worth the fuck. He beat Johnny Mundo in an all night long match where the match was over an hour. So the odds he overcame was crazy. And then Mil Muertes, like I said, he had matches against Phoenix, and then he had matches with King Cuerno. Like, the shit was so good to the point where they beat everybody, and they had no choice but to face each other. But it was so right because it was the season finale.
Bruh.
That was fantastic.
Mo, before we move on with you, my favorite moment is Lucha Underground. That comes from the No Moss match with Mary Pulsa and Sexy Star. And Mary Pulsa has a Sexy Star. It looks like she's about to quit. The referee goes over there to ask her. And Sexy Star goes, fuck you, Mary Pulsa, fuck you. And like, she just comes back. I was like, that shit had me hyped as hell. I was like, let's go. Like, bring Lucha Underground back, please. I miss it so much.
Yeah, man. For me at number 11, I got this. For some people, this might be kind of low, but I got Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. I don't cry much, and I really don't cry much watching TV, especially professional wrestling. But every time I've rewatched this match, it's got to me. From the build I haven't been disinvested in a build since I was a kid. Like genuinely, I haven't like from when Cody lost at WrestleMania 39, I was heartbroken. And I haven't felt heartbroken from a heel winning in years. Like years on end. Like maybe since CM Punk beat Jeff Hardy on SmackDown. Ever since that. And like I'm looking back, I'm like, bro, they made me feel how I'm supposed to feel. Like I took the analyst out of my head for once and felt the way I was supposed to feel. And then all the way to when Rock, the segment with Rock is actually right after that we had our first live podcast, and I was on here upset at how they handled that entire thing. But the way that they turned that around and the match itself, man, like before the bullshit started happening, great match. And then you go into when the last 5 minutes where Twitter is started to run that into the ground, but and then that count, not even before the count, when Roman gets the revenge for the Shield, and then the count with Michael Cole on commentary, like finish the story. I burst into tears every fucking time. It's marvelous. In my opinion, second or first best WrestleMania main event of all time.
For my number 11, this might catch a starlight from somebody, but I enjoyed it. We had the 2016 men's 5-on-5 elimination match. So if my memory serves me correctly, bear with me. Team Raw was Strowman, Roman, Seth, Kevin Owens, and Jericho versus Team SmackDown's AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon.
Yep.
This match, it was so much fun, bro. Not only was it brand warfare, but it was storyline development. Especially in the end with, no matter how it ended, Randy Orton taking the spear for Bray Wyatt, and then Bray Wyatt hitting Sister Abigail on Roman Reigns for the 1-2-3, getting the team for their getting the win for their team. Just excellent. And we got to see James Ellsworth get yeeted, so that's always a good thing. So but this is a match I always go back to. It's a comfort match because it's a nostalgic time period for me personally. Post draft 2016. So that's what I got at number 11.
My number 11, I have Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville from NXT TakeOver Our Evolution. I know TakeOver Our Evolution isn't the best NXT TakeOver. I know there have been far better takeovers, but personally, this is my favorite takeover. From I think the most underrated year in NXT 2014. I think when people talk about the black and gold brand and peak NXT, they talk about 2015. They talk about 2015 through 20. They talk about 2015 through like 2019, 2018. When my opinion is 2014 through 2018 as like the peak years of it. I think 2014 deserves some love, and this is one of those reasons why. The story going into the match was great with Sami Zayn being the guy who can never win the big one. Sami Zayn could never win the big one. He could never win that big match in a takeover, it seems. Right? It seems like he could never win a big match in a takeover, it seems. If memory serves me right, NXT Arrival, which I don't think that's technically. I don't think that's technically a takeover. But NXT Arrival, if I remember correctly, he lost to Cesaro in that match. NXT TakeOver, then at the first NXT TakeOver, he lost to Tyler Breeze to become the number one contender. He lost that NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way in what is, in my opinion, the greatest Fatal 4-Way match WWE's ever done, or at least it's top 3 for the greatest 4-Way match WWE's ever done. And it all built. And he lost to Neville on TV leading up to the match. And then all led to here. Sami Zayn could never win the big one. He could never win the big one when it counted. And they go into here. The match itself, I think it's 30 minutes of just great. Or just 30 minutes of just pure graps. The match itself is absolutely fantastic. You have a moment in this match here where Sami Zayn is desperate. He's trying to win the title. He can't put Neville away. He grabs the NXT championship. It looks like he's going to hit Neville with it. It looks like Sami Zayn's going to go to the dark side and go heel to finally win the championship. And Sami Zayn goes, fuck that. Sami Zayn goes, fuck that. He throws the NXT title to the side. He beats Neville with the haluva kick, and then post-match, you have the entire NXT roster come out. They're celebrating for Sami Zayn. They finally did it. Neville gets back in the ring. Neville gets in the ring. Sami Zayn offers a hand to him, and it looks like Neville's going to beat the fuck out of Sami Zayn and turn heel on him. But Neville, he kicks the hand away from Sami Zayn, and he goes in for the hug. Just a tremendous match. Tremendous match. My personal favorite NXT match of all time. And then afterwards, you have Kevin Owens murder. But to me, this is my favorite match NXT's ever done. So yeah, NXT our Evolution, Neville and Sami Zayn. That's why for me.
Number 11, I have Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor at NXT Stand and Deliver Night 2 in 2021. I know people are gonna be surprised, like he has a Karrion Kross match on here. Listen, I've always been a Karrion Kross believer, and I usually go to 3 matches. I usually go to his 2 matches against Balor and his match against Drew, because there's just something that when the person working with Karrion Kross is not afraid to get physical and get hit, it makes the match a lot better. So in this time frame, Finn Balor was on his second dominant run as NXT champion, arguably the best he's ever been, dominated NXT, run through everybody, and this is Finn Balor at his physical peak, where he's having physical match after physical match, like having matches with Pete Dunne, having matches with Kyle O'Reilly. Like he was having matches that were physically grueling. And Karrion Kross comes back where he's just a physical specimen in his own right. So the storytelling in ring of this match, where Finn Balor is trying to out-physical Karrion Kross, and Karrion Kross, being as sadistic as he is, just beating the shit out of Finn, and Finn selling. Like, this is the best match Karrion Kross has ever had, because Finn did a great job at making Karrion Kross look like $1 million. And when I tell you, so many fucking false finishes where Finn Balor looked like he was passed out and he gets up again because he has that fighting spirit and he still wants to carry NXT on his back. And Karrion Kross during the match is becoming a lot more malicious, a lot more aggressive, a lot more physical, because he wants to get back the title that he never lost. Because remember, guys, Karrion Kross gave up the title to injury, and Finn Balor ended up taking the belt after that. So the storytelling that they told in this match, I loved it. The physicality was some of the best physicality I've seen, and they beat the shit out of each other. They whooped each other's ass. I love it.
Very good match. Very good match. Very good show, to be honest, overall.
Yes, sir.
Number 10, I have John Cena versus Edge at Unforgiven 2006, a TLC match. This is my favorite rivalry of all time. Like, John Cena and Edge, and it's when you think about the level of difficulty, the degree of difficulty, taking Edge, who hadn't been in that main event spotlight, and you built this damn near year-long feud with John Cena, who had just been established as the face of the company the year before. And the story they told leading into this match, man, so good. The aspect of it being a TLC match that John Cena hadn't been in before, that Edge had mastered pretty much. And it's being in Edge's hometown. So Cena's in the enemy territory once again. The spots in this match, especially that last spot with the FU through the 2 tables. Oh my God. This is to me the best singles TLC match of all time. Right. Obviously there's TLC 1 and 2, but singles wise, this is the one for me. So yeah.
At my number 10, this might not be a shock to y'all. I mean, if y'all know me, I hold this match in high regard. I gotta go Usos versus New Day from Hell in a Cell 2017, bro. This match was brutal. This match was fucking brutal. There was spots, bro. They had, I think at one point in the match, they had Jey Uso in the corner. They locked him up with some kendo sticks, just getting him, bro. There was another part of the match where the Usos, I think they had Xavier Woods handcuffed, and they put the cuffs over the ring post. and they both had kendo sticks, and right in front of Kofi Kingston, they made him watch that. Right in front of Kofi Kingston, they made him watch that shit. But I know people like to complain that Usos and New Day, they had long feud, maybe too many matches, but they never gave you a bad match, and they didn't give you a bad match here. So I got to go number 10 for these guys.
Usos and New Day never ever gave you a bad, tremendous chemistry those teams have together. Never ever have a bad match ever. My number 10, Stadium Stampede 2020. Stadium Stampede Double Down 2020. This is not your typical wrestling match where these men are in the ring beating the piss out of each other. This is a cinematic match. This is AEW having to make the best of the pandemic. The pandemic. The original match was supposed to be the Elite against the Inner Circle inside Blood and Guts, but the pandemic happened. They couldn't do that, so they had to come up with another way to settle their beef here. So Tony Khan said, well, fuck it. When Tony Khan said, well, fuck it. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium. Let's throw them in there. Let's do Stadium Stampede. And to me, this is one of my favorite matches AEW has ever done. This match to me, it's just so funny. The match to me, it's just so funny and so entertaining that I think it has to be on here. I think it has to be on here. I love the spot where the Young Bucks are delivering Northern Light suplexes to Sammy Guevara, and they do it throughout the duration of the entire football field. I love that. You have broken Matt Hardy taking Santana and Ortiz into the fountain of youth, quote unquote. Into the fountain of youth, quote unquote. I thought that was just very entertaining. One of my favorite spots in this match, Hangman Page. He goes to the bar, he goes to the bar and he starts drinking. And Hangman Page, he's in the bar, he's drinking. Jake Hager walks into the bar. Hangman looks at Hager like, what the fuck took you so long? He drops, what the fuck took you so long? Hangman stops drinking what he's drinking, and him and Hager go to beat the piss out of each other. It's just, I love this match. I love matches like this where it's just fun. I love this match. I love matches like this where it's just fun. I wish AEW would do Stadium Stampede again because I loved it. I absolutely love this match here. So for me, it's number 10. And I love shit like this. I love it. So for me, it's number 10.
For me, number 10 is Christian Cage versus Bryan Danielson, the main event of Collision in 2023, an episode of Collision. I can't tell you why I love this match. It was a great match, but I think the main reason why I love it is because the man that's tied with being my favorite wrestler of all time, with Johnny Gargano, shown that he can still go at an old age. And I know it's Bryan Danielson, he works with everybody, but Christian is he's so good, man. This was also peak Father of the Year Christian too. Peak, you're a deadbeat type shit. And I just love the match because it showed me that Christian can still go at a high level if he really wanted to. He can, he hasn't missed a step in the ring. And the way how they had that crowd going crazy, like when Christian kicked out of that Busaiku knee, bro, I lost it. And I don't know. I just love it because it's sentimental to me, showing that my boy has not lost a step and he's still on top of his game. And it was a fucking awesome match.
W match right there, man. Number 9, I have the men's 5-on-5 elimination match, Survivor Series 2016. To me, this is the best Survivor Series 5-on-5 match of all time. I know some people are going to say 2003. I know some people are going to say the overrated ass 2001. My problem with a lot of the Survivor Series matches is how their teammates get eliminated and they just stand there and watch. That's always been an issue for me. But with this match, every elimination meant something. There was a story with every elimination. Like even with Ambrose, when he got eliminated first, it's because AJ just didn't want to help him because they were feuding at the time. Like James Ellsworth holding Braun Strowman's leg. Like you can go down the list. The Shield being the reason why AJ got eliminated. You protected your world champions in this match, and it just encapsulates everything about my peak fandom, the time of my peak fandom. Like you got guys like AJ Styles and Kevin Owens be at the top of the company. Like great times. This match is incredible. You forget it's 52 minutes when you watch it. Those 52 minutes fly by every time. It's incredible. It's incredible.
My number 9, I got Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio from SummerSlam 2002. Now, this is a clash of my favorite of all time in Kurt Angle versus the man who introduced me to pro wrestling. Rey Mysterio was the very first person I ever laid my eyes on in WWE and pro wrestling, period. And this match, I know at the time, I remember hearing reports that Rey Mysterio wasn't too confident that their styles would clash that well, but they did everything they needed to do in just 10 minutes, bro. And Rey Mysterio didn't even get a proper entrance. He did a springboard from the back on Kurt Angle as soon as the match started. Just 0 to 100. I love the finish. We got a top rope. I think he went for a Hurricane Rana. Rey Mysterio went for Hurricane Rana. Kurt Angle countered it into the angle lock, and Kurt Angle, he kept his promise. He promised he was going to break Rey Mysterio's ankle, and he made Rey Mysterio tap out with the angle lock. 10-minute banger. One of my favorites of all time. I got that at number 9.
I forgot it was on me. My bad. My number 9, Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks Samoa 2021. One of the best tag team matches I've ever seen. One of the best tag team matches I've ever seen. I love the match. I love this. I love the match. The Lucha Bros finally gave their tag team title reign. Again, say what you want to about the Young Bucks, but the Young Bucks on pay-per-view in big match situations, they hardly, if ever, miss. You can say what you want to. You can say what you want to about them as characters. You can say what you want to about them as characters. But when the bell rings, the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are elite as hell. I don't think that can be. I don't think that can be disputed or debated against. I just think that's a fact. But still, though, I think this is one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen. Some spots in this match I've never seen before. The Young Bucks bringing in the shoes with the thumbtacks on it. Just absolutely great. It was absolutely tremendous match. Lucha Bros winning the tag team titles. If you want peak AW, it's 2021. 2021 is peak AW. If you want peak AEW and why AEW is still around as to where they are, it's because of 2021. 2021 is just peak AEW, and All Out 2021 is the best pay-per-view AEW has ever done, ever. But to me, this is easily. But to me, this is, and I thought this was the best match on the show. So it's number 9 for me.
Number 9 for me is Kenta Kobashi versus Samoa Joe, Ring of Honor 2005. If you know the story behind this match, Kenta Kobashi was scared to come to the United States, especially at Ring of Honor, because he thought nobody would know him. He never competed in America. And at the time in 2005, barely anybody knew anything about Japanese wrestling. So he was worried that if he made the jump to face Samoa Joe, and they told him that he was going to main event against Samoa Joe. And this is peak Joe. This is longest reigning Ring of Honor world champion Samoa Joe. So when you hear the story that Kenta Kobashi was afraid to make the jump to the United States to face Samoa Joe in the main event because he was worried nobody would cheer for him, nobody would know him, nobody would just anything about Kenta Kobashi. And to find out that the reason why that show sold out and why the show was so loud was because of Kenta Kobashi, like he said, it brought him to tears backstage because Joe was the most over person in Ring of Honor 05 at the time. And when Kenta Kobashi showed up, Samoa Joe was the heel and Kobashi was the face. And on top of that, y'all know me, I love my physical matches. This has the claim of being the most physical match of all time. Hands down. The chops, the slams, the clotheslines. This is as strong style as it gets. And when you hear the story that Kobashi thought nobody would know him, and when you hear everybody gravitate to Kobashi, this was the very first time somebody of a Japanese sensation made the jump over to the United States and was treated like an actual superstar. And Kobashi paved the way for international superstars to be that way because of this match. So I gotta have it in my top 10.
I'm gonna check this match out. I have never seen it, so I will definitely check that out.
This match, it is tremendous. That match is that's tremendous. And Ring of Honor, that match is tremendous. Anything with Ring of Honor from 2005, I'd say they were old school Ring of Honor was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Like you've never seen Kobashi and Joe, any of the wars between Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. Like if any of the wars between
Bryan Danielson and Homicide. There's a lot.
Then Kenta Danielson and I think Marufuji, I think.
Yeah.
If you've never seen those matches, I hop on Daily Motion or something right now. Those out. You'll ever see.
Oh, man, we get into the nitty gritty of the list. I think people
Top
gonna hate on the top
8,
5. People gonna hate on the top 5.
Like I said in the beginning, they can cry me a river.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
8.
Kobashi was old as fuck at this point too.
Was he?
I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that afterwards.
Because you gotta remember too, with Kobashi, like he's already been through the wars with Misawa in Japan and shit like that, and he was at the tail end of his career. So when Ring of Honor said, "Hey, we want you to come over and main event against Samoa Joe," he didn't know what to think because he never been to the U.S. and he sold out.
And I'm glad I don't know who won.
Show.
I'm glad I don't know who won, so I'm probably gonna enjoy the match a lot more. Number 8, we got Austin versus Rock, WrestleMania 17, man. I mean, to me, this is still the best WrestleMania main event of all time. WrestleMania X7 to me is the best pay-per-view they've ever done. The storytelling in this match was so good from the jump. Like you could tell Austin was wrestling heel from the very beginning of the match, but you could see his mind just consistently unraveling. More and more, Rock would not stay down, and it was almost like not only the close of the door on the Attitude Era, but the close on babyface Austin. Like all the callbacks from the $1 Million Dream, Austin pulling that out that he hadn't pulled that out in years, to the callback to WrestleMania 13 when Austin's in the sharpshooter, blood running down his face again. Like, and then of course the finish. I know a lot of people hate the heel turn, but to me, I think when you attach Jim Ross on commentary, crashing out the way he crashed out, like you thought the world was ending when Austin and Vince decided to team up. Like, it's amazing. Still, to me, the best WrestleMania main event of all time.
Coming in at number 8 for me, I got CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank 2011. Of course, y'all know the story going into that. Punk's contract was going up at midnight in Chicago. CM Punk comes out to This Fire Burns. John Cena comes out, gets absolutely shit on. And bro, this match was great. There was a point, I think at the start of the match, where they were chanting, "You can't wrestle." CM Punk was like, "Me?" They're like, no. They pointed at him, like, "Yeah." I'm like, bro, this is fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. And Vince McMahon had technically threatened John Cena, like, if you don't keep this man from walking out of our company with our championship, you are fired. And John Cena, he did everything he could, bro. I think he hit Punk with 2, correct me if I'm wrong, AAs, and it still wasn't enough. But CM Punk obviously won. And if you don't have Edge as Cena's number 1 rival, it should be Punk. So I got that at number 8.
But when I say, never mind. Nope. We're just waiting on Cam here. Actually, I'm gonna say one more thing about Austin Rock. The video package, the My Way video package, the timing on when the beat drops and Austin and Rock just start throwing hands. Oh man, if there's one thing WWE gets right, it's fucking production. It's production every time. It's so good.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to answer. Sorry about that, guys. My mom was calling, so I had to answer from my mom. My number 8.
Good, perfect timing.
My number 8, MJF and Bryan Danielson from Revolution 2023. In my opinion, this is the greatest Iron Man match of all time. This is the greatest Iron Man match I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. This is the greatest Iron Man match I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes. This was at the beginning of MJF's reign as AEW World Champion. I think it was here. No, I think it was just a tremendous match between these two men here. And this match proved to people that MJF could actually wrestle. I don't even know why people were still having this debate that MJF can't go in there and wrestle with the amount of great matches the man had up to that point. But this match should have shown the world that MJF can go in there and he can wrestle with the best of them. Because he went in there and he took arguably the best wrestler in the world. If not, he's top 3 easily. If not, he's top 2, top 3 easily. He went in there with Bryan Danielson. He put on a great fucking match. He put on a great fucking match with Bryan Danielson. The match itself I thought was tremendous. And I love the finish too, where the match goes into sudden death. MJF uses the fucking oxygen tank to hit Daniel. He hits Danielson with the oxygen tank, and then he locks Danielson in the label lock, and Danielson tapped out. MJF made Bryan Danielson tap out, do his own move. So to me, just a tremendous match. Here. This match proved to a lot of people that MJF can actually wrestle. This is the greatest Iron Man match of all time, I think. So that's my number
8. For me, my number 8 is the Briscoes versus FTR3 at Final Battle 2022 dog collar match for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. I'm gonna make a bold claim. This is the greatest trilogy I've ever seen in my life.
I agree with that.
The storytelling, mind you, if people don't know the behind the scenes stuff, around this time, the Briscoes were banned from AEW television because of the controversial tweets Jay Briscoe put in the past about the LGBTQ community. He was a changed man at this point, but people hold grudges, so the Briscoes weren't allowed on AEW television. And somehow AEW found ways to build this match up on AEW television. They found little loopholes to do it. And when I tell you that this match made me so emotional, because to me, it felt like tag team wrestling was coming back. These two teams around this time were bringing tag team wrestling truly back. And on top of that, I think this is the greatest dog collar match we've ever seen. And it's a bold claim because before this match happened, I thought CM Punk and MJF had the best dog collar match. But this match takes the cake. And it's just your classic, who was the better team? Who was the better between the two? Nothing personal shit. None of that fucking fuck your family type shit. It was literally, we are better than you and we're going to fucking prove it. And going back, this match makes it so emotional because I think everybody knows Jay Briscoe is in my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. The Briscoes are my personal favorite tag team of all time. So going back, knowing that this is Jay Briscoe's last Ring of Honor match, and he went out as a tag team champion before his unfortunate death, and the ending sequence where they're raising the titles in the end, it leads to a beautiful moment. And this match was just amazing, bro. The storytelling of it, the ending, the brutality, the technical wrestling that these two teams displayed, it was nothing short but spectacular. And it's one of the greatest tag team matches of all time. One of the best pro wrestling matches, period.
I agree with that. And in terms of it being the best trilogy of all time, yeah, it's either this or Flair and Steamboat. It's either this or Flair, Steamboat, and 89. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that match is definitely emotional. That definitely got me.
Guys, we getting into ultra glazing mode. We're here.
Nitty gritty, man. Nitty gritty.
Well, I'm here.
Nitty gritty, man. Number 7, I got Daniel Bryan versus Edge versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 37. This is just a fun ass match. Like, I think that there's definitely better triple threat matches, but I don't think I've watched a match more than this one here. Like, at that time, having no fans finally being back, Edge being back at WrestleMania in front of fans meant so much to me. Daniel Bryan being in that situation again, I loved it. People hated it at the time. I was perfectly fine with it. I wanted Bryan versus Reigns in the beginning anyway. But oh man, Roman Reigns being the tribal chief now, it was perfect. It was so perfect. And like the spots here, that spot where Brian has Roman in the label lock, Edge got the little bar in Roman's mouth, and Roman's just sitting there dying. Oh my God. The last spear that Edge delivered to Roman might be Edge's best spear ever. I thought Edge had it at that moment. I genuinely thought Edge won. But oh my God. And then the smash him, stack him, pin him might be the funniest moment in WWE history, in my opinion. That shit was comedy gold to me. So yeah.
Number 7 for me, bro. I got Kurt Angle versus a lot of people's member of the Mount Rushmore. WrestleMania 21. This match banged, bro. This match banged. There was a couple different spots in this match. There was a specific spot where Shawn went for Sweet Chin Music. Kurt caught it, and he's just crushing his ankle. He's just going ham. He's bleeding from the mouth. He's screaming, going crazy. Kurt won't let go. And then the finish of the match, Kurt catches Shawn again. I just love this visual. I just love this visual. Kurt catches him. He's got him in the angle lock. Shawn doesn't want to tap. He's crawling. He keeps trying to escape. Kurt will not let go, bro. He will not. I swear Shawn tried at least 3 or 4 different times to escape. And he just had to just accept his fate. He had to tap out. So Shawn Michaels did the job to my boy. Fantastic match. 30 minutes of just straight graps from 2 absolute legends. That's my number 7, bro.
My number 7, I got Bret Hart and Steve Austin for WrestleMania 13. I got Bret Hart and Steve Austin for WrestleMania 13. I think this is a top 2 match. I think this is the second greatest match in WrestleMania history. I think it's the second greatest match in WrestleMania history easily. With number one obviously being The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. But still, though, I just love this match. I love this match. I love everything about it. I just love this match. I love everything about it. I love how Bret Hart just goes more insane as he feuds with Steve Austin in 1997. Like Bret Hart, he just can't seem to understand why Bret Hart, who at this time is a white meat babyface, he just can't seem to understand why people are cheering for Steve Austin, who was literally just flipping people off and cursing people out. Like he's the most vulgar character WWE had ever seen up to that point. And like Bret Hart can't understand why people are cheering Steve Austin over him. Like he can't understand it. So he just goes more mad and grows more intense as the story, as the feud continues. But this match here I thought was great. Just absolutely, this match I thought was great. Just an absolute fantastic match. And the finish itself is probably the best finish in WrestleMania history. It's probably the most iconic finish in WrestleMania history, where Bret has the sharpshooter on Austin. Austin screaming. His face is just covered. Austin screaming. His face is just covered in blood. And Steve Austin doesn't tap out. He passes out. And after the match, Bret Hart has to go back and he has to kick Steve Austin some more just to make sure Austin is down. And just tremendous. It's an absolutely tremendous match here. Absolutely tremendous match here between 2 of the all-time greats. Absolutely tremendous match here between these 2 here. In my opinion, it's the second greatest match in WrestleMania history. So yeah, I have this on number 7.
Oh, buddy, we are here. Ultra Glaze. Here, I have Jay Briscoe versus Jay Lethal. Ring of Honor Best in the World 2015. And when I tell you, Mo, you fucking promo package nerd. You like promo packages? Watch this promo package. You'll thank me later and you're going to want to watch the match later. But one of the greatest promo packages of all time. So let me give y'all the brief history real quick on why this match was so good. The build. We got to go with the build. Jay Briscoe was on his second run as Ring of Honor World Champion. His first run ended due to injury because he dislocated his shoulder. And then a final battle a couple years ago, he ends up beating Adam Cole to regain the title back. Or no, he didn't beat Adam Cole at final battle. Whatever. He ends up getting the title back because of a shoulder injury. So he gets the title back that he never lost. And Jay Briscoe goes on one of the most dominant world title runs of our generation, going on a crazy-ass run as Ring of Honor World Champion and not being pinned in over 2 years. Jay Lethal. It's my time to glaze, bitch.
I was just asking.
It's my time to glaze.
I was just asking.
I let you glaze fucking Bret Hart mid-ass.
No, not that. I was just gonna not that. I'm gonna let you glaze. I'm just asking you. Wasn't Jay Lethal like Ring of Honor TV champion for like 500?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Let me glaze, damn it. I'm giving y'all the backstory. Let the narrator narrate. But yes, Cam fucking spoiled the second half. Jay Lethal was also on his second run as Ring of Honor television champion. And this was when he joined Truth Martini and he turned heel and he went on a title reign that was over 500 days. Jay Briscoe and Jay Lethal have beaten any and every comer in Ring of Honor at that time. And all they had left was to face each other. But Jay Briscoe was the Ring of Honor World Champion, and Jay Lethal was the Ring of Honor Television Champion. And what made this match so special was each title that each man was holding was the one title that has eluded them from being Grand Slam in Ring of Honor. Jay Lethal never being the Ring of Honor World Champion and Jay Briscoe never being the television champion. So both guys are dominant champions and they agree to go title for title and the winner becomes the undisputed Ring of Honor television champion or Ring of Honor World Champion. They're still holding both belts, but they'd be undisputed Ring of Honor World Champion. And this match from a technical standpoint was one of the best I've seen in my lifetime. One of the best. The crowd was fucking insane. Everything was wild. Now I'm not gonna spoil the finish, just in case if people want to go see it. But the ending was disrespectful as fuck. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Y'all thought MJF tapping out Bryan Danielson was disrespectful as fuck? Nah, son. The ending to this match was disrespectful as fuck. So if y'all want to go see Best in the World 2015, watch the promo package. But everything about this match was amazing. One of the greatest Ring of Honor matches of all time, bro. Hands down. Fuck you, Cam. You've ruined my glaze. Damn it. No, I'm playing.
You know, the best part of this video, of this podcast episode is being able to like diversify my wrestling fandom and go watch other stuff.
Yeah.
Like y'all basically recommending good shit for me to go watch.
I'm sorry, Moose. I didn't mean to ruin your glaze. I was just
No, you straight. No, that's fine.
I was just trying to make sure because I remember Jay Lethal had like a long ass reign.
Yeah, he had over 500 days with that fucking title.
But I was still paying.
It was ridiculous. And Jay Briscoe was over 250 at this time frame. So and on top of that, like when have you ever seen a match where both championships are eluding the other person? That's what makes shit better. Like, oh my god, because you're like, I want to see Jay Lethal. Yeah, like I want Jay Lethal, but then you're like, but Jay Briscoe, man, like I don't, like, you know, but
he's right there. He's on the cusp of it. That's crazy, man.
Wait, Louis, I'm watching that over Adam Cole versus Jay Briscoe easily, man. Stop playing Malik.
Right,
easily.
All right, man. So I'm at number 6. I got Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, Survivor Series 2018. I've actually gone back and watched every single Survivor Series from beginning to end. Y'all will see the results of that very soon. But I'm gonna make the case that this is the best match in Survivor Series history. Like, it's so good from the aspect of knowing Bryan just came back from concussions, and you know Brock just he keeps landing on his head. You get that fear in your heart, even though Bryan had just turned heel. You still have that emotional attachment to him. And when Bryan finally, like when they accidentally knock into the ref and Bryan hits the low blow, running knee. Every time I rewatch this match, I jump at the kick out. Every fucking time, because the ref's hand got so close. Mike Chioda's hand got so close to that fucking mat. And of course, like Bryan and Lesnar are just amazing. And again, the spot with Bryan getting Lesnar into the fucking the yes lock, the label lock. And Brock looks like he's actually gonna tap. Like for a second, I took all logic out of my mind, and I was like, "Oh shit, he might actually tap out right now." But then obviously he doesn't. But oh my god, this match is so good. I know some people would put AJ Lesnar over this, but this is fucking money to me.
Chris, if you don't mind, real quick, I just want to say with Brock Lesnar, when Brock Lesnar wants to, that man is one of the best sellers I've ever seen. When that man wants to, like when that man has his working boots on and that man wants to work, oh my god, he is one of the best sellers I have ever seen, ever. Just
in my opinion, he's a top 5 seller of all time.
yes, oh my god, yes, oh my god, like. Oh my God! Yes, Brock Lesnar puts on his working shoes, and that man comes to work. Oh, that man is incredible. That man is incredible.
So at number 6 for me, I got Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay from Forbidden Door 2023. Now if y'all know me, I'm not the biggest New Japan guy. Before this match took place in real time, I went back and watched their match from, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, like I said, I'm not a New Japan guy, Wrestle Kingdom 17 from earlier in the year. Will Ospreay got worked in that match. He really did. And the story here was Kenny was basically telling Will, after I left New Japan, you can't fill my shoes. You can't fill my shoes. So Will Ospreay was out to set up. He was set to prove him wrong. And the match itself was sexy, gang. The match itself was sexy. I know Will Ospreay catches a lot of smoke on here, but you can't deny that the match is just great. I mean, you saw Kenny Omega kick out of the one-winged angel at one. And at this point, bro, he had already been through like 20-25 minutes of hell. And then with the ending, we got Will Ospreay hitting the Hidden Blade, and then the Tiger Driver 91, defeating Kenny Omega in a 5-star classic. Absolute banger. That's my number 6.
Number 6, I got Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21. One of the best wrestling matches you will ever see. One of the best pure wrestling matches you will ever see between, in my opinion, the 2 greatest in-ring performers of all time. Personally, Kurt Angle is the greatest in-ring worker I've ever seen. And Kurt Angle is the greatest in-ring worker I've ever seen. Shawn Michaels, I think, is the second greatest in-ring worker I've ever seen. In particular, I've always said I think 96, 97 Shawn Michaels is his best version. You know, I've always said 96, 97 Shawn Michaels, I think, is his best version. But Shawn Michaels in the 2000s was still elite. Don't get it wrong. Like, I think Shawn Michaels personally, 96, 97, when he's hopped up on pills, unfortunately, I think that is the best version of Shawn Michaels you will ever see. But Shawn Michaels in the 2000s was still elite. Do not get it wrong, folks. Shawn Michaels in the 2000s was still getting that work. And that's exactly what they did here. Just 2 of the best in-ring performers I've ever seen going in there. Just absolutely going in there and just absolutely killing it. They absolutely killed it for 30. They absolutely killed it for 30 minutes. They absolutely killed it for 30 minutes. I love the spot in this match where Kurt Angle grabs. I love the spot in this match where Kurt Angle grabs Shawn Michaels by the hair. Kurt Angle goes to talk shit to Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels just immediately catches him with a picture perfect sweet chin music, and Michaels can't even turn Kurt Angle. He just falls right back down to the mat because he's exhausted. I love that spot. Like Chris said earlier. I love that spot. The spot, like Chris said earlier, where Shawn Michaels goes to deliver another sweet chin music, but Kurt catches him, and Kurt looks like a madman. And he has Shawn Michaels just writhing around that ankle lock. Shawn Michaels is trying to get out. He ain't got nowhere to go. But he's trying to get out. And then Kurt Angle said, fuck this. And Kurt Angle grapevine. Whenever you see Kurt Angle grapevine, it's over. If you are watching any Kurt Angle match and you see Kurt Angle grapevine, know the tap out coming, folks. Know that tap out is coming, folks. Kurt Angle grapevine that ankle. And Shawn had no choice but to tap out. Just a tremendous match. And I still go back to Clash at the Castle 2024 because Chad Gable, you did something right with that match with Sami Zayn, but you ain't doing everything right. I told you, Chad Gable, if you drop the straps down and when you add Sami Zayn in that ankle lock, you didn't grapevine. That was your mistake. You had to grapevine the ankle like Kurt Angle used to. Folks, any Kurt Angle match, Kurt Angle hits that grapevine, it's over. Know the time out coming when he grapevine is over. When he hits that grapevine, it's over. But nah, for me, this is number 6. Just a tremendous match.
Oh, buddy. Number 6 for me. It's probably the best damn tag team match I've seen in my fucking life. When I tell you, how old was I? When I tell you like 15, 16-year-old Lewis, when my mom in the background was screaming at the top of my lungs, I was screaming at the top of my lungs, bro. We got Undisputed Era vs. Mustache Mountain NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4, bro. Now, the build-up, the story of this match of Mustache Mountain beating Undisputed Era in one of the most shocking wins in Worlds Collide for the NXT Tag Team titles was amazing. And then Undisputed Era invoking their rematch clause on NXT television, where they told the story of destroying Trent Seven's knee. And instead of having Trent Seven tap out, they did the throwing of the towel spot, where this shit just wrenched on your heartstrings when you were watching it live. Like, you see Trent Seven yelling at Tyler Bate, like, no, like, I can make the tag, like, I can get out of it. And Tyler Bate just worried for his boy, like, no, but then he's really worried about his health, so he throws in the towel and UE regains the belt back. It's crazy. And then the trilogy ends at Brooklyn 4. Boy, when I tell you, technical wrestling is the best wrestling. I don't care. When you see real fucking grabs, real holds, real transitions, it is fucking astounding to see.
Good.
And these two teams did that so great. My 2 favorite spots in this fucking match, not only was this match back and forth and physical as fuck, because you guys know every match I have on this list is physical as fuck. My 2 favorite spots in this match, they redid this spot on NXT television where Trent Seven was getting his knee absolutely shredded. And Tyler Bate picks up the towel and he's listening to the crowd saying no. And the big ass pop where Tyler Bate throws the towel to the other side and he's like, no, bro, come on, Trent. And then makes the fucking tag. Crazy ass environment. And then my second favorite, this is probably my top 3 favorite kick out of all time, where Mustache Mountain hit the grand amplitude on Kyle O'Reilly. And when I tell you I was screaming when Kyle O'Reilly kicked out of that shit, bro, that I lost it. And then Undisputed Era retaining against Mustache Mountain, bro, was fucking phenomenal. I literally left that match, and this is me when I was actually really getting into the psychology of wrestling and learning shit and learning how to rank and dissect it and all of that. I really left that match thinking that might have been the best tag team match I've seen in my life. And damn near like 7 years later, I'm still saying, yeah, this might be damn near the best tag team match I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Man, peak NXT tag team wrestling, bro.
It was a beautiful thing, man.
Here's an honorable mention for
it.
me. Facts. Like, here's an honorable mention for me. Aleister Black and Ricochet against the War Raiders. Like,
yes.
That's an honorable mention.
Yeah, you're cooking.
Well, I just realized that my number 5. I actually moved this one down a little bit, but it's because the top 4 for me is like sentimental value. But I know I'm probably gonna get taxed for this one right here. It's Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit versus Edge and Rey Mysterio at No Mercy 2002. Personally, for me, this is the best tag team match I've ever seen. It's for me. I just love in tag team wrestling when they're just going at it. Like, it's just nonstop. They're moving. There's something happening every second. The tags made sense. Like, everything about this match just worked. And I know, again, fuck Chris Benoit, especially since I've become a father. I hate that man even more. But the man, like, this match was just amazing. I don't know what to say about this match. To me, it's the best tag match, at least on the main roster end, I've ever seen.
At number 5, man, I got Walter and Pete Dunne from NXT TakeOver New York 2019, bro. This match, I hold near and dear to my heart because it introduced me to that style of pro wrestling. And honestly, the fandom that I have for these two today is it starts from this match, this very match. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't watch NXT UK like that at this time, but I knew enough to know that Walter at the time was undefeated, and Pete Dunne had the NXT UK title for well over 600 days at that point. And just watching these two guys go on American soil, fighting for a foreign championship, technically, just absolutely just destroy each other. Pete Dunne with the joint manipulation, Walter with the chops, and then ultimately Walter hitting the splash for the 1-2-3 on Pete Dunne, bro. That match is peak for me. That holds a special place in my heart because it woke me up to that style of wrestling. So I got that in my number 5.
My number 5, this match is definitely not like the others on this list. This is easily the worst match on this list here. This is easily the worst match on this list here. But I don't care. My number 5, John Cena and JBL from Judgment Day 2005. I love this match. This was one of my first matches as a kid that I would routinely go back and watch. Like when I first started really getting into WWE and started really becoming like a hardcore fan, this is one of those matches that I would routinely go back and constantly watch. Like this match used to be on YouTube and they used to break it down in parts, like part 1 and then part 2. I would routinely go back and watch this match constantly. That's why I have this on here. I love this match. I've said it before and I'll say it again. John Cena with the weapon in his hand, I think is the most dangerous man in WWE history. Like easily, like the shit John Cena has done with the weapon in his hand is absolutely unreal. If you ask me what I'd rather face, right, there are 3 people in this world who I would never ever want to face, and that be Batman, Peter Parker when he's absolutely at his most depressed. I'm not facing a depressed Peter Parker where that man has absolutely nothing to lose. And then John Cena with a weapon in his hands. And then John Cena with a weapon in his hands is number 3. Just absolutely dangerous. And John Cena, John Cena, he's not a bad, especially at his peak. John Cena was never a bad in-ring worker in between those ropes. But I think if you want to maximize John Cena, get the best out of him, throw him in there, throw him in a brawling situation. Throw him in there with the brawling situation. Let that man bleed. Let that man use every weapon in his disposal. And that's exactly what we got here. That's exactly what we got here. This match, to me, I think legitimized John Cena being in that top spot for WWE. It's just what we had here. JBL went in there. He beat the crap out of John Cena. He beat the piss out of him. John Cena gave it right back to him. And I love the finish where John Cena takes I think he took one of the horns off like the semi truck he came in with or whatever. And like Cena was going to hit JBL with it. And JBL was like, I quit. JBL was like, I quit. And Cena was like, fuck this. And he did it anyway, sent JBL through the glass anyway. And like you get one of the most iconic images in WWE history of John Cena, just an absolute bloody mess. The man is just pouring blood. The man is just pouring buckets of blood, and he's holding the spinner WWE Championship on his shoulder. And he's holding the spinner WWE Champ. Like one of the most iconic images in WWE history comes from this match here. Again, I know it's the worst match on this entire list, but it has sentimental value to me. This is one of those matches where I would go back and I would routinely watch this match when I was first really getting into WWE. So for me, this is my number 5.
Oh, buddy, my number 5, we got the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks in the Steel Cage at All Out 2021. God damn it, bro. This was peak Young Bucks hatred for me. Like, I always liked the Young Bucks, but I'm like, bro, these over-push fucking bitches need to drop these shits now. And every fucking team that the Young Bucks face in this time frame, I wanted them to lose. And I knew the Lucha Bros was our only hope because I didn't like Jurassic Express either. I wasn't going for them either. But this fucking, I mean, everything that Cam and Chris said, bro, what can't be said about this match, bro? High-flying, hard-hitting action, bloody as fuck. But I want to take you to a spot in the match where it really changed gears, and it wasn't the thumbtack on the shoes for me. It was when the Young Bucks were dominating the whole match, and they were taunting Penta and Phoenix. And I remember just seeing them trying to throw Phoenix onto the cage, and you know how Phoenix does his little 619 swing back and kick to the face? That right there, and I was like, oh shit, some shit really happening, bro. Oh shit. And then, bro, and then from there, it was just pure fast-paced action from there, bro. It went from the Young Bucks dominating for a solid like 12, 13 minutes to like the real match just fucking started. And it was a bloody mess. Like Chris said, like Chris and Cam said, the spot of Phoenix jumping off the cage and then the finish, and then seeing how bloody they are. This is also brother against brothers. Like it's that's as personal as it gets when it comes to tag team wrestling. Like brothers versus brothers. And seeing how bloody the Lucha Bros were. Also, nobody talked about the Lucha Bros entrance. That to me is still the best entrance in AEW history.
Love that entrance.
Like that entrance of them coming out in their Aztec gear and their Mexican culture and having Mikey Ruckus and Mutalas the Gallo come out and sing their song. And just seeing them stare down the Young Bucks at the top of the cage when the Young Bucks are coming down, like when you search up tag team aura, this match probably gonna pop up. I ain't gonna lie. Like it was just pure aura, just goosebumps. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that shit. But no, I ain't doing that. No, it's aura, bro. Just pure aura. But honestly, Cam, you might agree with me since we're probably the main AEW watchers, bro. This also has a case of being the best AEW match of all time.
Yes,
it has a case.
Yes.
This match is just ridiculous. The super kick spot with this fucking thumbtacks on the J's, bro. Nah, that's sick. Man. But I love this match.
This pay-per-view in general, All Out 2021, to me is a top 3 pay-per-view I've ever seen in my life.
It's the best show AEW's. It's the best show AEW.
Best AEW show. Best. It's right up there, WrestleMania 17 for me. I'm sorry.
Mo, I agree with you. Being like pay-per-view I've ever watched, because outside of Revolution, which I was there for, and if you've ever seen a pay-per-view live, or especially like a great pay-per-view, you know that like a pay-per-view you've seen live is probably like take cake. It's probably gonna like hold the cake for you. This, this is when AEW shows were still running theaters. I was in the theater watching the show, bro. Everybody in the theater was in there just cheering their ass off and shit, bro. I'm AEW, please bring back your pay-per-views in theaters. Please put your pay-per-views back in movie theaters, AEW.
I would go to that. I'm not going to lie.
I'd go. I never knew they did that until they stopped doing that.
Bro.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, damn.
Bro, I miss it so much, man. I miss it so much, man. Instead of me paying $50 for an AEW pay-per-view, I would pay $15 because that would be the theater ticket to get in. And bro, when I tell you everybody that watched AEW pay-per-views in there, at least for me, we are a community in there, bro. Like we are a community. We knew each other in there, bro. Like we actually bonded in there.
Man,
that's the beauty of being a wrestling fan, dog.
And like one of my
that's just fandom in general, man. That's beautiful.
Exactly. And like one of my favorite moments from like watching AEW pay-per-views in theaters, Darby Allin and MJF Full Gear 2021. After the match is over, bro. You have a fan in there, bro. You have a fan in there running around like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, like he's going to like different states, like high-fiving everybody, like, hey, fucking W, man. Like, hey, fucking W. We're like, yeah, man, that match itself was great. It was like, bro, that dude right there was just hyped as hell.
Man, 2021 AEW, bro. Just take me back when I could enjoy both products, man. I was having a good ass time, bro. I was so proud of being a wrestling fan around that time because you had Tribal Chief doing this shit. Fucking, oh man, Punk was back.
I'm sorry about my tangent. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
We glaze, bro. This podcast is about glazing wrestling,
it's
man.
Glazing, man. Rated G for glaze, man.
What in the fuck?
Matt Thunder.
I don't know. You know. Okay.
All right, we're just gonna move swiftly past that. Anyway.
The fuck was that? That was probably all right, you know. Okay.
Matt Thunder, that is the one bad experience I can say. Revolution 2022. They cut Adam Cole and Hangman Page mid-match. Like the theater cut the stream mid-match. And everybody in the theater had to sit there and watch over this nigga's phone to see what the fuck the finish was gonna be. That is the one.
I'd have been mad, bro. What the fuck?
That would have made me angry. I'm like, bitch, I just spent money, bro.
Like,
You
give me
gon'
my
you
money, at least a
you
part of my money back.
you gon' show the finish, bitch.
They did. They did.
The
They gave
fuck?
money back, and then they gave us free tickets, and then they gave us a free pass to use for whatever movie we wanted to. So
All right, at least they gave you some compensation.
Yeah.
All right, so for me at number 4, so like I said, from now on, it's just sentimental. That's all it is for me. Number 4, I got the men's Rumble, Royal Rumble 2020. Now, I do think there's better Royal Rumbles than this. To me, there's at least 2 Rumbles better than this. But I don't think this channel has changed my life. And I don't think I would be a wrestling fan. I don't think I would have made this channel. I don't think I'd have these guys as my friends. I don't know if I'd know these guys because this match right here brought me back. Because I 2019 was the worst year that I ever lived through in WWE, and they just kept getting worse. And I just I gave up on the product, but for some reason that day, like Kobe Bryant passes away. That's my hero, right? I had a shit day at work, so I come back home. I'm like, you know what? It's Rumble night. The Rumble's always fun. Fuck it, I'll watch the Rumble. And the way the match was booked was so great. Like from the Brock domination to the Claymore and that big pop that Drew got made an instant superstar. Because not every Royal Rumble can make a superstar. That one did. And then, of course, the "You Think You Know Me" hits the fucking PA. Another moment where I cried at pro wrestling. Like, to me, the best Rumble return. I know a lot of people will say John Cena, and I understand that, but man, everything about Edge's return, and then of course the Rated RKO reunion was great. That final 5 where Seth's in the middle, everyone's in the corner, and they all attack him to get him out the ring. The Claymore at the very end was probably the best Claymore Drew's ever done because Roman selling it was great, and then that smack was loud. But man, that Royal Rumble, without that, I don't know if any of this happens. Deadass.
Number 4, I got Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 40. This match is as close to a movie as you can get in pro wrestling, in my opinion. And not for nothing, this was the first WrestleMania that I could voice my opinion. Shout out to Mo for that. So being able to come on here and talk about that with you guys was a dope ass time. But the match itself, let's talk about the match itself. Fucking movie. And of course, towards the end of the match, you kind of had almost all the eras coming together for the culmination of this match. You had the Undertaker out there, which I don't believe was the original plan. You had the Undertaker, you had Cena, you even had Solo. So you had WWE's past, present, and future out there to make this match happen. And then, Cody Rhodes obviously hitting the trifecta. I got a little scared. I'm not going to lie. I got a little scared when Solo came up and hit the, thumb, a little bit. But Cody Rhodes hitting the trifecta, hearing Paul Heyman scream no while he's doing it. And then, Mo said earlier, Michael Cole in sync as, with the ref, finished the story. And then the crowd just goes absolutely nuclear. And then Samantha Irvin to top it all off, bro. She couldn't even hold it back, bro. She was tearing up. She was choking up just announcing it. And, to me, this is the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time. I think it's been long enough. I think I can say that. That's my number 4.
My number four. The only Will Ospreay match I have on this list. So for people that call me an Ospreay glazer, he's the only Will Ospreay match. It's the only Will Ospreay match I have on this list. Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega from Forbidden Door 2023. Look, I understand that their Wrestle Kingdom match is the better match. It probably is. Their Wrestle Kingdom match is the better match. You're not getting an argument out of me about that. But which one do I prefer more? I prefer this one more. I prefer this one more. Just a tremendous match between Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. Yet the story going into it with Will Ospreay having to prove himself against Kenny Omega. Will Ospreay had beaten almost every big name from New Japan or every big name that had come from New Japan. Okada. I think he beat Tanahashi. Okada, Tanahashi. I think he beat Ibushi also. Like, he beat every big name in New Japan. New Japan had to offer except one. Kenny Omega. And Will Ospreay had to go in there and show to himself that he could beat Kenny Omega, And that's what he did here. He went in here and he beat Kenny Omega. This match itself, I just thought was great. I love the spot in this match where you have Ospreay take the Canadian flag. And Will Ospreay take the Canadian flag and Will Ospreay moons it, kind of like Ospreay takes it, puts it in between his legs and like starts rubbing it, and then he just throws it back into the crowd. I love that. I love that spot. I thought that spot was great. I thought that spot was great. But no, Ospreay and Omega for 35, 40 minutes, I think, just went in there. They had a tremendous match. I love the spot where Ospreay hit Kenny Omega with the one-winged angel, and Omega kicked out at one. Omega kicked out at one of the one-winged angel. And Omega kicked out at one. He kicks out at one of the one-winged angel. Just an absolutely tremendous spot there. And the finish of Will Ospreay driving the screwdriver into Kenny Omega's head to win back the IWGP United States Championship. I thought it was great. My one criticism about this match: Don Callis gets ejected from ringside. Why in the hell is Don Callis allowed back out there? Why in the hell is Don Callis allowed back out there anyway, even though he got ejected? That's my one criticism about this match. Outside of that, I thought this match was perfect. I thought this was the perfect pro wrestling match outside of that. So, yeah.
All right. So, number 4 on my list is Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, Clash at the Castle 2022. This felt like a WrestleMania. I know we say that about a lot of pay-per-views, but this was actually in a actual fucking castle. And the event itself was crazy. And this was, for most people, the first time where they truly felt like Roman Reigns had a strong chance of losing. And I love the build going into this match because they told the story that Roman ain't shit without his bloodline, and he is extremely weak without him, and that's when he's most vulnerable. And they made Drew McIntyre look so fucking strong. This is easily the best match Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre have had with each other. They had really good chemistry in this match. Just Roman Reigns being the heel that he is, and Drew McIntyre being the over babyface in the fucking UK. And bro, the spot that made me lose my shit was when Drew hit the spear on Roman in the Claymore, and I was so ready to scream if Drew beat Roman, and then you had the debut of Solo on the main roster, and everything about this match is perfect. Like, when you ask me what's a perfect babyface and heel match, it's this match, because they didn't do anything too crazy. They didn't do anything too dangerous. They stuck to the basics, and the basics were executed at such an elite level, and it just worked the crowd so fucking much. And I love everything about this match because it portrayed Roman's character, that even though Roman is vulnerable without his bloodline, he's always one step ahead. He always has a plan, and they executed that perfectly. And Drew just having all the heart in the world and proving that he can stand in there with Roman, and he's worthy of being undisputed champion. And I just love this match, bro. This match is great. I love it. We did a watch along for the fucking pay-per-view, and it cooks every time. And Ken Cross is there.
Shut up.
Next,
Brett was there too. Brett almost ruined the pay-per-view, bro.
All right. All right. Number 3 for me. I have Jeff Hardy versus Edge versus Triple H, Armageddon 2008. It's not the best triple threat match. It's a good triple threat. It's not the best rewatch. But it's the moment. It's Jeff Hardy, my favorite wrestler of all time, winning his first world title. Like, from the moment of, he's on the top rope, he's about to hit Edge with the swanton to finish it. Triple H knocks him down. He's still on the top rope though, but Triple H goes ahead, hits the pedigree. I love the camera work in this where you can't see Jeff, so it's just Triple H pinning Edge, but Jeff hits that swanton. Triple H leaves the ring. 1, 2, 3. From Daredevil to champion, from Enigma to icon is one of my favorite calls from Jim Ross. And then the way the commentary stopped talking and just let the moment breathe. And of course, that visual of Jeff, he climbs the Armageddon 2008 stage to stand on top of the mountain with the world title. Like, it's one of those moments as a kid that made you love, that made me like a fan for life. That's what this match did for me.
At number 3 for me, I have Undertaker versus Triple H, end of an era, WrestleMania 28. This was the very first WWE pay-per-view I was ever able to watch. So having that be a WrestleMania and being able to see this match, it's sentimental value. This match has, to this day, in my opinion, one of the greatest false finishes of all time, with the sweet chin music into the pedigree combination, and Undertaker still kicks out. That shit had me jumping. And then obviously the end of the match, them walking up the ramp, holding Triple H's just destroyed body, carrying him, looking back, and that's touted as end of an era. I didn't mind the fact that it went, almost 50 minutes, because a match touted end of an era should get the time it needs. But yeah, that to me, it's number 3. I still go back and watch that shit.
My number 3, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 40. It's just everything I love about pro wrestling just brought into one. This match is literally everything I love about wrestling brought into one. Everything I love about pro wrestling brought into one. You had the story. Cody Rhodes' 2-year odyssey trying to win the WWE Championship. At the time, WrestleMania 39, I thought Cody Rhodes should have won the title. But because of the story here, I think Cody losing at 39 was the right call. Because it got us here to 40. Just the match itself, just the build-up itself, the 2-year build-up itself, I thought was tremendous. The storyline going into the match, I thought was great, even though it was kind of convoluted how we got here with The Rock and everything. Rock certainly added to it, even though I don't think we needed him. His presence here, I thought added to it. The match itself, it being under bloodline rules, I thought was great. I thought it was great there. And I love the entrances in this match. The entrances in this match. Rock, I love the Solo comes out. Oh, here comes John Cena to take out Solo. Jimmy Uso's out. Oh, here comes Jey Uso to take out Jimmy Uso. Oh, here comes Jey Uso to take out Jimmy Uso. Now the Rock's in there. Rock's like, fuck it, I gotta do it myself. Rock goes in there. Rock goes in. Right? The Rock goes in there. The Rock goes in there. He whoops Cody. He goes to whoop Cody with the belt. The lights go out. The Undertaker appears to a massive pop. The only thing is I love the Undertaker. I do. That should have been Steve Austin in that spot. Could you imagine how wild that? I love the Undertaker. I do. But could you imagine Rock goes to whip Cody with the belt, and then we hear the glass shatter. Plus goes nuts. Austin comes down, goes out, delivers a stunner to Rock, and Rock sells it like old times. I think that would have made that shit much more epic. But still, you had that. You had Cody Rhodes hitting the crossroads on Roman Reigns. Michael Cole on commentary. Finish the damn story. Cody finishes the story. The U.S. Samantha Irvin on commentary crying. And the new. Just a tremendous match. Everything I love about pro wrestling boiled into one. Yeah. I think this is the greatest main event in WrestleMania history. So I have this at my number 3.
Man, I don't even gotta say anything about this match, bro. I talk about this match every day of my life. Every day I breathe. I throw this match in every scenario I possibly can because it's like that. And you guys have no choice but to respect that. I have the greatest Intercontinental title match ever, the greatest triple threat match ever. Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre, WrestleMania 39, Night 2. When I tell you, I just like seeing guys just beat the shit out of each other. That's exactly what happened. They whipped the absolute piss out of each other. But ironically enough, before this match, I didn't have Gunther as the best wrestler in the world. I didn't. Even though he was on this insane run as Intercontinental Champion, I didn't have him as the best wrestler in the world. I still thought Kenny Omega had that title, even though he was in and out. Still thought Kenny Omega had that title. But after this fucking match, dude, I was like, bro, can't nobody tell me shit. Gunther is the best fucking wrestler on the planet. He just took out two of WWE's most physical fucking guys at the same exact time on the grandest stage. That shit is fucking ridiculous. The build was okay. Sheamus wanted to be Grand Slam and win the title that's eluded him his entire career. And McIntyre just, wanting gold. He's desperate for gold. And you got Gunther that's like, what's up, man? I'm like that. I'm about that action. And that's what this match is. They should call this match About That Action because they beat the shit out of each other. That's all it was, and I love it. I love the standing ovation that the entire arena gave them because this is what European wrestling is all about, which is why European wrestling is my favorite style of wrestling because it's just guys that are just so passionate and just want to make the crowd feel. And these guys took years off their career for this one match, and it's fucking ridiculous. I love it. It's a timeless match. It's one of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. And it made Gunther stamping him as Himothy.
Lewis, I need you to repeat what you said earlier. Well, what is this? This is the greatest what?
I said it is the greatest IC title match ever.
Not that.
And it's the greatest triple threat match of all time.
Say that again.
It's the greatest triple threat match of all time. It's better than Styles, Joe, and Daniels. It's fucking better than my Via fucking Undertaker and who the fuck else was that Angle in that match?
Yeah, Kurt
Angle.
Yeah, better than that fucking match. It's
up.
better than any triple threat match your mother can name.
You head up, people. That there is the greatest triple threat match of all time. Not Ospreay, Takeshita, and Ricochet from fucking Wrestle Dream. Like you fucking people tried on Twitter tried to sit there and claim. You people tried to claim that was the greatest triple threat match in wrestling history. That is not the greatest triple threat match of all time. The greatest triple threat match of all time is Gunther, Drew, and Sheamus from WrestleMania 39.
But you know why this triple threat? You know why this triple threat is also special too? It embodied what the Intercontinental Championship was supposed to be.
Yes.
Or what it is supposed to be. A working man's title and a guy that's willing to take on all comers and no matter what, beat the shit out of each other for that title because they want to show that they are the workhorse.
Yes.
And that's it. It literally brought back classic IC title vibes.
Oh, real quick. I saw an IC title tournament. Somebody did an IC title tournament for the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. They had the Ultimate Warrior with Gunther. I love the Ultimate Warrior. But come on.
You talk about the dude that squash honky tonk, man. They're not in the same realm.
At that point,
we're not moved by ultimate mid.
Are we really like Hogan, like him beating Hogan, like really moved y'all like that? Like to really put him over Gunther?
I didn't
Malik.
If I love the match, don't get me wrong, but over Gunther as IC champ, bro. I mean, if Gunther would have faced Cody like that too, Gunther would have won too, bro.
Oh brother, here we go. All right, so at number 2, I have what is, in my opinion, everything that makes a professional wrestling match great. Everything. Like it's not number 1 for certain reasons, and if you watch this podcast enough, you know what number 1 is. But like from everything that makes a professional wrestling match great, from the build to the storytelling to the in-ring storytelling to the people in it to the crowd to the commentary, all of it. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, in my eyes, is the best professional wrestling match I've ever seen. It's just what can I say that hasn't been said before? Like it's Jim Ross on commentary said it best. As a professional wrestling fan, how could you ask for anything more? That's this match. I'm done. I don't have anything else to say.
My number 2, I got the same exact match. I got Taker Michaels from Mania 25. I always tout this match as the match where if you're trying to introduce somebody to pro wrestling, you show them this match. You could argue honestly any match from 2009 to 2012 you could show, but first, bro, you got to 30 minutes of just straight pro wrestling, and it was just fantastic. There was a spot in the match where Taker threw Shawn to the outside. Shawn skins the cat. As he's coming back up, Taker gets him in the tombstone, hits the tombstone. Shawn kicks out. There was a spot in the match as well where Shawn hit the elbow, hit the sweet chin music, bro. I thought that was it. I thought that shit was it, bro. And he kicked out. And then, of course, the classic at the end, Shawn going for the moonsault. Taker catches him with the tombstone, 1, 2, 3, and that's it, bro. That's one of the best finishes in Mania history. But I hold this match in high regard. I'm probably going to watch this again after we get out of here because I love it so much. And yeah, that's my number 2.
My number 2, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page against the Young Bucks in Revolution 2020. In my opinion, this is the greatest tag team match I've ever seen. This is the greatest tag team match I've ever seen. This is the greatest tag team match I've ever seen, in my opinion. Just an absolute tremendous match. Absolutely tremendous tag team match between the two. I love the story going into the match where the Young Bucks told Hangman, Page, you're not a member of the elite, you're not a member of the elite, like you're not cut out for that, believe me. I think that was the story going into the match. Like, you're not cut out for that, believe me, and we're gonna show you you're not cut out for the elite when we take the tag team titles from you. So like this entire match, you have Hangman Page trying to show that he is worthy of being in the elite, Just an absolutely tremendous tag team match. One of the best tag team matches I've ever seen. I love the spot in this match where the Young Bucks deliver the V-trigger to Kenny Omega. They go for the cover, and Kenny kicks out at one. Kenny kicks out at one, and he hulks up immediately, like, come on, motherfucker, like, bring me all you got. Like, I thought that was great. Just a great match. I love the finish, too. It's a tremendous match. I love the finish, too, the double V-trigger into the, the double, what's it called? The V-trigger knee into the V-trigger into the buckshot lariat, the V-trigger buckshot lariat combo, I think it was. I love that finish, and I love the post-match where it looks like Hangman Page is going to turn on Kenny Omega. Now, where it looks like Hangman Page is going to drop Kenny Omega with the buckshot lariat right there. He looks like he's going to drop him with the buckshot, but he doesn't do it. Just an absolutely tremendous match. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Young Bucks in big pay-per-view matches, they almost always deliver. Like, you can say what you want to about the Young Bucks, or you can say what you want to about the Young Bucks in terms of their characters inside the third, but I don't think anybody can deny in the ring, and the Young Bucks are tremendous. So, for me, this is my number 2, the greatest tag team match I've ever seen.
All right, my number 2 for me is Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, 2 out of 3 falls, TakeOver New York for the NXT Championship. Now, for me, man, this is really sentimental because if everybody knows in this time frame, Christian was retired, and I was looking for a guy to root for and to replace Christian, and Johnny Gargano already did that to this point. His run from late 2017 to early 2019, that's what really solidified him as like just the guy. He's my favorite. I love this guy. But his story, it's one of the greatest underdog stories in WWE history. It's one of the greatest underdog stories that I've ever seen, had the privilege of seeing live. If you guys remember, this match was supposed to be him versus Tommaso Ciampa, 2 out of 3 falls, but Ciampa ended up fucking his neck up, and he needed neck surgery, so the title was vacant. And this was the first time half of a crowd turned on Johnny Gargano on his pursuit of being NXT champion, because the crowd was split when they inserted Adam Cole into the picture. And when you have Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole in the ring together, like, we will never see an NXT crowd split like that ever again. At all. We will never see another live crowd like the TakeOver New York crowd for that match ever again. And to me, this is a top 5 WWE match of all time. Having Johnny Gargano go through this story of going after the NXT championship and having to go through every fucking obstacle possible. Like, he had a He had a face on Andrade and Zelina. He failed on that, and then Ciampa got the title. Fucked up on that. And then now he has to deal with Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era, and this was Super Gargano because he was kicking out of everything. Y'all can cry about it. But one of the greatest near falls ever. The match is amazing. This was the greatest NXT match of all time, bar none. And this resulted in one of the greatest stories ever told in professional wrestling history, with Johnny Gargano finally becoming NXT champion. Bar none, one of the greatest matches ever for a dude that I claim as my favorite wrestler of all time. I love this match so much. And when Gargano tapped out Adam Cole, I absolutely lost my mind. I lost my fucking mind because I never thought I'd actually see him be NXT champion. So that's my number 2.
Real quick, in regards to Taker and Michaels, I forgot to mention Shawn's entrance for that Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 in my opinion.
The light versus dark was perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
hell yeah.
I'm glad that is one thing from 2K24. I love that they put that in the game. Number 1, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 31. This is not the best match on my list in terms of quality. This is not the best match on my list, but this might be the most, I'm trying to think, the most physical main event in WrestleMania history. Like, Roman and Brock just beat the shit out of each other. They legit just beat the shit out of each other. And what makes this my favorite match of all time is the fact that this really just should have failed. The show itself should have failed. That was probably the worst built WrestleMania I've ever lived through. That was a terrible WrestleMania build. But from the Royal Rumble in 2015, which is, if I was doing a least favorite match, it might be on that list at number 1, to the tug of war, the whole build was just ass. But then we get to this match, and they turned the crowd around so much that they started cheering Roman during his babyface comeback. Like, Roman's comeback was so good. But even when we got to the point where we had the double down, and Roman and Brock are both down, I was like, how are they going to get out of this mess? Because if Roman wins, people are going to be unhappy. If Brock wins, people are going to be unhappy. Like, it would have been anticlimactic had Brock won. The factor of Seth Rollins after the RKO, out my head, wasn't even thinking about Seth Rollins at all. When his music hit, I was shook. I was like, I still remember sitting down on my couch and I jumped up because I'm like, oh my God, that's how they're going to fix this. Perfect. Perfect.
What I thought was
the heist of the century. Like, the best Money in the Bank cash-in of all time. A lot of people are going to say Dolph Ziggler. Fuck that. It's only because of the pop. I don't care. Everything, the booking, the circumstances, the placement. It's WrestleMania's main event. They cashed the first ever WrestleMania cash-in, bro. Like,
Mo, you talked about
me, the best ending in WrestleMania history to this day. I'll say it.
Mo, you talked about how you thought they were going to fix it. How I thought they were going to fix it was I thought they were going to do a double turn. I thought they were going to turn Brock babyface and turn Roman heel and line him with Heyman. That's how I thought they were going to fix it. That's how I thought they
that would have been wild too, man. That could have, low key, if they did that the next year, like ran back Reigns Lesnar and then did that the next year, that would have been perfect. That would have been a perfect turn, but we could have got Tribal Chief early, but that didn't happen. But yeah, this match, I will forever have this at number 1 because I still every time I see Seth Rollins come out, I pop every single time. Every time I rewatch it.
My number 1, man, I got Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, Takeover New York. Oh man, where do I even begin with this, bro? So everything, bro. Like, you could argue that Johnny Gargano at the time was the most over babyface in all of wrestling. The match was just excellent. 2 out of 3 falls. I was kind of surprised Johnny took the first fall. And then Adam Cole got locked into the Gargano escape. I loved the attention to detail with that. He tapped out rather quickly so as to not take much damage. So he traded in getting out of the Gargano escape for a fall, which is in hindsight smart. Then later in the match, Undisputed Era make an appearance, and Johnny Gargano for a time was getting distracted by him and shit. But I think Kyle had his nails in his eyes, shit like that. But then all of a sudden, bro, Johnny Gargano got the jump on him, bro. He took out all of Undisputed Era. And then, bro, there was the final sequence. The final sequence when you think Adam Cole's got Gargano right where he wants him, he goes in for the final blow. Gargano ducks, locks in the Gargano escape, makes Adam Cole tap out. The place goes insane. Rebel Heart plays, bro, and to top it all off, Candice LeRae out there celebrating with him. And by the way, for those people calling Mauro Ranallo cringe these days, he's much of the reason why that match was as good as it was. If Mauro Ranallo isn't calling that match, I don't know if I have this match at number 1. But this to me, top to bottom, I can never get enough of this match. This is my number 1.
My number one, and this is the worst. I think this is the second worst match on this list here. And I think this is the second worst match on this list here with my number 1. This is my favorite. This is obviously my favorite match of all time. And to be honest with you, I cannot give you a solid reason as to why it is. It just is. I cannot give you a solid reason as to why it is. It just is. This is a match that I can go back and watch almost all. This is a match I can go back and watch every time and not be bored by it at all. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar from Extreme Rules 2012. I love this match. I love this match. I love this match with a passion. The thing that I think I love the most about it and why I think this is my favorite, I think this match is the most different. I think this is the most different, if that makes sense, or at least at the time, the most different pay-per-view main event we've ever seen from a WWE show. We had never seen a WWE main event up to this point be this violent. And a WWE main event up to this point where John Cena was getting the crap beat. John Cena was getting the shit beat out of him. And you did not know if that man was going to win that match or not. It was like, how in the hell is John Cena going to stop that beast Brock Lesnar right there? It's just, and the match itself was just absolutely incredible. Cena gets busted. I think Cena got busted open in this match hard way. Off some Brock Lesnar shots. John Cena has to dig down deep. And the thing I love most about this match, like the go home show to Extreme Rules 2012, they get ready for the contract signing, whatever, and John Cena's in the ring, whatever. I think they get ready. It's either a contract signing or like a promo. John Cena's in the ring cutting a promo. He has that stupid smile on his face like he always had. And Edge came out and Edge came out and Edge had to talk shit to John Cena. Edge had to tell John Cena, I don't know who the fuck this John Cena is. Where the fuck is the John Cena? But when I slapped him, he beat the shit out of me. Where the hell is that John Cena? Where the hell is that John Cena that threw me off a ladder through 2 tables to get back his WWE Championship? Where the fuck is that John Cena? Because if you go in with this shit right here, Brock Lesnar's gonna eat you alive, man. He was like, wake the fuck up. He's like, I don't know what the fuck it's gonna take for you to wake up, but I'm telling you, wake the fuck up. Go in there at Extreme Rules and you whoop his ass. And John Cena found a way to win. I think it was the wrong decision. Brock Lesnar, I think, should have won this match. But John Cena having to hit Brock Lesnar with the chain and then deliver the AA on the steps, I thought it was great. And John Cena barely being able to hold his arm up after the match, I thought it was great. My favorite match in WWE history, personally. This is a match that I can go back and watch all the time and not be bored by it at all. I can tell you every spot they did in this match, spot for spot. I love it. So John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, for me, this is my favorite one, obviously. So that's my number 1.
Nobody. Here we go. My number 1 favorite match of all time, and it was tough. It was very tough. But somebody had to be number 1, and it turned out to be Rey Fenix versus Mil Muertes for the Lucha Underground Championship on an episode of Lucha Underground. Now, to give you a little bit of a brief history between Fenix and Mil Muertes, Fenix used to have Katrina by his side. Katrina, I'll explain a little bit. But Fenix, starting off, had Katrina, which is Maxine from WWE, on his side, and was his manager and whatnot. Mil Muertes was still this deathly figure just causing havoc. And him and Fenix got into a feud in the beginning of Lucha Underground. They end up having a match at Graver Consequences, which is a casket match where Fenix would face Mil Muertes, and Fenix won the casket match against Mil Muertes, and this is when Mil Muertes died and came back to life because of Katrina. Katrina ends up betraying Fenix, and with her betraying Fenix, put Fenix in a bad place, and she's reviving Mil Muertes to be this deathly figure again, where he's coming back to life. And when Mil Muertes finally returns, she tells Mil Muertes, hey, I have a match booked for you, and it's against Fenix, and hopefully you can get your revenge. Now, usually in the past, Fenix and Mil Muertes will always have a back and forth match. This time around, Fenix got his ass whipped. Like, it wasn't close. This was a new version of Mil Muertes that Lucha Underground has not seen yet. And he beats the shit out of Fenix and completely smokes his ass. And then Mil Muertes goes on this run, this crazy-ass run of being undefeated, and eventually captures the Lucha Underground Championship. So now we end season 1 with Mil Muertes being the Lucha Underground champion, and we start season 2, where they're portraying Mil Muertes as the king of Lucha Underground. Now that he's the champion, he runs everything, and that everything is happening because of Mil Muertes. So later on in the season, they introduce a new championship called the Gift of the Gods Championship, where the way to qualify is you qualify for a medallion, and within the medallion you're qualified to compete for the Gift of the Gods title as long as you put it inside of the belt. And if you become the Gift of the Gods champion, it's essentially used like the Money in the Bank briefcase, except you can't cash in whenever you want. You have to let them know ahead of time, like Cam likes. You have to let them know ahead of time, like next week I'm gonna use that shit. So King Cuerno ends up becoming the inaugural Gift of the Gods championship, and Fenix later down the line challenges King Cuerno for the title, I believe, and he beats King Cuerno for the title. And Fenix immediately says to everybody, I remember what Mil Muertes did to me. And this was later in the season too, and Mil Muertes was still running over everybody, still dominant, doesn't give a fuck. Nobody can stop him. He's still the deathly figure, and nobody can be the light to step up to him. So Fenix wins the Gift of the Gods championship and tells everybody, I'm not holding this title for much longer. I'm invoking my championship clause, and I'm facing Mil Muertes next week for the Lucha Underground championship. So now they promoted this match as lightness versus darkness. Fenix being Lucha Underground's light to be their savior versus Mil Muertes, the ruler of Lucha Underground. And these two having such a crazy history that Fenix was looked at as a dude with 9 fucking lives. So the build-up to the match was fucking ridiculous because Fenix went through trials and tribulations to get back to Mil Muertes, and now it means even more because they're facing off for the biggest prize in Lucha Underground. And this is everything Lucha. This match was everything Lucha. The physicality, the high-flying Fenix brings, the fast-paced action Fenix brings, the selling he brings, the tenacity Mil Muertes brings. They were ripping each other's masks. Both of them were leaking. Both of them were trying to kill each other, obliterating each other. Like, I'm telling you, if it's a free match on YouTube, you guys can go watch it after this or whatever. But they absolutely were whooping each other's ass. And the ending to the match was absolutely fucking filthy. Like, obviously, Mil Muertes being bigger than Fenix and stronger than Fenix, he was beating his ass, but Fenix was getting his get back too. and Mil Muertes got a little bit cocky. And when he had Phoenix with the flatliner, he was walking around like, yeah, like this was the last person y'all thought was gonna beat me. So he tries to go for the flatliner, but when he goes for the flatliner, Phoenix fucking turns his body around, rolls through, and then has him in like this modified pin, and the ref counts to 3, and the entire arena fucking blows up because Phoenix became the first guy to beat Mil Muertes 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Phoenix bloodied up, mask almost off his face, becomes the new Lucha Underground champion. Absolutely insane. One of the best. It's probably the best story in Lucha Underground history. That's why it's my number 1. I absolutely fucking love it. Matt Stryker was amazing on commentary, and I think it's the best match in Lucha Underground history. It was that damn good.
You sold me, bro. I'm watching that match as soon as we get out of here.
You have to, bro. It's fucking amazing.
Man, some valid lists today, man. Top 15, bro.
The Gift of the Gods Championship. That's what Money in the Bank should be.
All right, yeah, that's where we end the
All
show.
right, stop it.
We're done. We're done.
I ain't gonna lie. If they introduce Gift of the Gods in WWE, I'd be down for it like that.
Nah. Just for episode 50, get the sign. Just get the sign. Because the can't talk about Money in the Bank need to be announced. No, we're not.
Wouldn't be an episode 50 without it.
I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. When Phoenix won the title, because the rules Dario Cueto put in place was he mocked WWE. He's like, this isn't gonna be a title where you could be like, I'm cashing in. No, he said if you want to be the Lucha Underground champion, and you are the Gift of the Gods champion, you have to tell me ahead of time when you're invoking it. You have to tell me when and where you're going to invoke your clause. But he also said if you hold on to that championship for too long, you're gonna be forced to defend the championship.
Yep.
You're gonna be forced to defend
like
it.
that.
And that's where King Cuerno fucked up, because he was waiting a little bit too long because he was stalling and trying to find the right time to take out Mil Muertes, but Mil Muertes was so powerful. And Phoenix was like, you're not defending that shit, so put that shit on against me. Phoenix beat him, and Phoenix was like, I'm not wasting time. I need to get back on Mil Muertes. And also, Malik, what when Chris gets there and watches a little more Lucha Underground, he'll see. But let's just worry about the moment, Malik. That it pissed me off what happened the next week, but
I look here.
Wow, that's fantastic the way you just explained that shit. Oh my god.
Lewis, you remember that throne Mil Muertes had as Lucha Underground champion? Remember that throne he had? You remember that?
Yeah.
Nigga would sit on his throne. Nigga would sit on his throne as Lucha Underground champion.
Bro, Mil Muertes was the definition of these hands is rated E for everyone, because the first night he faced Ivelisse for that championship and he whipped her dog ass, bro. Yeah. Ivelisse almost beat him, but after he regained his whips together, he beat her ass, man. You would have called the cops if you saw the way he was beating her ass, boy.
Yes,
smoked her ass.
Yes.
She got cooked.
Yeah,
she had her nice little DDT and good little near fall, but Mil Muertes was like, I ain't losing to no girl. Y'all got me fucked up. And also, I'm biased because he's Puerto Rican and I love him, and he's my favorite Lucha Underground superstar ever. So
I love
him. Fair enough. Hey man, that was our top 15 favorite matches of all time. That was a fun list to go through, man. Especially because I'm gonna be watching new matches I haven't seen before. So, chat, people that are watching this later on or listening to this on Spotify and Apple Music, drop your comments down below. Let us know what your favorite matches of all time are. We appreciate y'all popping out. Again, episode 50 is a special episode, so we took the time to talk about ourselves a little bit,
Yeah.
So we appreciate the support over every episode. We're gonna just keep growing and keep going, man. We appreciate y'all. Much love. And Chris, you know what to do.
Bring back Bully.
Yes, sir.
Bully Cam and Bret Hart.
Especially that.